everyone.
Garbage.
Ooh. Beautiful.
Where's Tsunami?
He stayed up
I
too
thought-
long and
thought
so
9
he
o'clock.
slept. He went
Well,
to
It is
sleep,
9 o'clock.
guys.
8 Central. He stayed up too late, is what you're saying?
Not like too late, as in he didn't go to sleep until like 3. Well,
What a moron.
he's trying to fix his schedule right now.
Isn't he the one who suggested this time?
He is.
Yes. I like this time though. It's half hour after I usually get off work.
It kind of sucks for Marauder, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'll live with it.
Oh, he's
Is
here.
this 4 in the morning?
It's 3.
Oh my gosh. Are you
Jesus
okay? Do you
Christ.
need to take a nap?
I did take a nap.
Okay, then good.
So I guess Tsunami's not going to be here. You can call him. You have his number, right?
Yeah, I do, but he's probably asleep. He's like one of those heavy sleepers.
You should send him like a message, or give me his number, and I'll send him weird messages. It'll be hilarious.
Gosh. No.
Be like,
but
hey, sugar
he
tits, where you
decided
at?
that he decided that it wasn't just there's too much effort to put into the things, so it's not worth it in the long run. It's a lot of effort to ask of people.
What?
What?
Are you talking about the trade packs now?
Trade packs.
Oh,
What did you think I was talking about?
well, no, you
There's
lost
another
us.
there's
Like,
another
I've
thing
been
you guys want to talk
stockpiling
about.
milk and shit.
I mean, yes, originally we were going to talk about trade packs and then another side thing. But is he deciding not to do them now?
Yes.
Huh.
He's pretty sure that he's not going to continue playing this game.
I see.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Earlier, Tsunami was telling us that unless the guild really shapes up or he finds another guild that actually, feels like it's doing more stuff together, he's losing interest in the game.
Why?
That makes sense.
Damn.
We're not doing guildy stuff together.
Well,
I completely understand his point of view.
Yep. I've been on EU the last few days.
I remember you talking about how it doesn't have the same problems. Or it does, but it doesn't. If I scroll back up to that message in general. I mean, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about.
Yes. How are you, Zhao? Coming back from vacation.
I'm okay. I'm pretty worn out still, but I'm good.
Welcome back, friend.
Thank you.
I was wondering where you're at, bro. I was getting on every day. I was like, where the sound?
He was on a cruise for 4 days, and then
You were on a
got to spend
ship?
a couple more days.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually.
you know how to swim?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
fish?
No.
Did you cook?
Did you get ganked?
Was there
cooked a
pirates
couple
out there?
times.
Get purpled?
Yeah. No, and yes.
Did you bring your your packs to transport?
No. I just the cooking stuff.
You failed us.
Was there straddling involved?
1, 2, 4 times.
Oh my!
Wow.
All right, anyway.
Oh, damn.
I just wanted to just bring a subject out because a lot of people are kind of upsetty or they're deciding to do other things, but thinking about joining a different guild or doing whatever. What do you guys want to do in terms of different guilds or, etc. in the game? Not like
Have we hit that point already?
Yep.
What is... Alright, okay, I gotta step away real quick, but I have wireless headphones. Give me a rundown what's going on for like a solid minute. Like, give me the full backstory.
We're basically the entire reason the guild does anything, and everything that we've made has been used by the guild to do all of their stuff. So any idea that Loomis has come up with has been co-opted and used for the guild event or whatever. So it feels like we're the only people actually doing anything for anybody else in the guild, and there's just no leadership anywhere that's doing anything to help.
That's my big problem. Inactive leadership.
I agree.
I mean,
And
to
like,
to
oh,
to
go on.
stress my side of the issue here, the top guilds on this server, which we're on because leadership fucked that one up. Right? We had other servers in consideration; they just didn't want to move because they're stupid. And the other top guilds on this server are all purple. The more decent human beings we have on this server are that Orca guy, that Orca bunch, who are a bunch of elitists, and the fucking Brazilians. That's the level we operate on and win, is that the Brazilians are some of the better people on the server. Now, we've been up against big odds before, right? With Tempest Wolves, especially in CB. I don't think we fought anybody who was smaller than us. I think they were all bigger. But for that, we had to kind of rally together and get shit done as a guild and sort of start, crunching a little bit. None of that has happened. Instead, we got Silver, who's barely even there, Venrix, who's definitely not there. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Gizmo, who's trying, but he's got work. And Slady, who's very obviously fucking not trying. Like, not at all. At this point, he's a detriment. Ask fucking Coda.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just people aren't having fun because we don't have anything to do, so we're forced to do dailies, and dailies aren't fun.
Yeah, we're supposed to get super sweaty. Most of the guild didn't. Just without a word. Just, I don't know. It's gonna take me 6 days to reach 55. Like, this is not the Tempest Wolves I knew in CB.
I think we hit Ancestral 1 or 2 in like the 3rd day. Most of us. I was a little bit behind, but I had work. Like I couldn't even get on. All right, where is this get back into your instance thing?
Have we talked to Silver directly with these emotions in a clear and concise way?
Well, we're just talking about it now in terms of what do people want to do. I feel like we were going to talk about it in the whatever meeting, core meeting. But I didn't want to talk to Silver or have people talk to Silver without actually talking about it,
Okay. I could definitely see the frustrations with that for sure.
Dude,
Mm.
all the other fucking guilds are doing shit together. I mean,
Marauder, quick question. How do you get back into an instance when you crash? Because I'm in.
I don't know.
it was
crashed
Snacks
too.
that told you.
It was
Snacks
who?
that tells you. Snacks. Wesley.
Snacks. What
Top
was it?
right golden symbol should be there if you got it in time. It starts counting down real quick though. Like as soon as you load in, it's like a 30-second timer.
Yeah, it's just the people you see in Discord and the people you see in game are literally all the people in this channel right now. Plus Lady.
Listen,
Delphus.
Slady is all me. Ventrix doesn't even play the fucking game. And Silver, I'm not gonna say he doesn't try, but he's not trying hard enough like he was doing in CB.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
not.
So, at this point, I understand talking to them is gonna be a thing, but obviously talking has to come with change. Now, I have this odd feeling like we're gonna mention Slady and Vent, but it's not gonna change it. It's just
No, they're not open to change. No matter what we do, anytime I've ever interfaced with either of those people for like a positive change or a suggestion or anything or talked about anything, it's just gotten slapped down. It'll never happen. I
Slady's
guarantee
main
fucking you
problem
that.
is he like ever since the beginning of this game when he had all this knowledge about the game, he only really cared about himself.
well, it really comes down to at this point, is it gonna fix by talking to them? I don't think so. Can we fix it alone? I still don't think so. I mean, the only thing I see making this work is just moving on. As sucky as that sounds, CB Tempest Wolves, like Marauder says, it's just not the same. We're not having the same old fun. We're not doing what we used to, do. We're not the same fucking group of, players. It sucks.
Reconnected to instance, by the way. Thank you for that.
I guess my question is
Eh.
like, I don't think like we don't all have to move to the same place as a family, but I like playing with everybody. So I guess my question is, if there were changes in Tempest Wolves, what would help, or what would you like change your mind? And otherwise, where do you want to go, and what do you want to do to have fun in another guild, basically?
To fix, I just want to get this out of the way. To fix Tempest Wolves, Slady to actually get back into it and actually have that spark that he had when Indo was running TP or TW. I'm sorry. Another thing is get rid of Vent. He's not an officer. I don't think anybody in this channel thinks he's an officer as far as being committed and playing and doing stuff with the guild. And both Vent and Slady be replaced. And the same thing that we were doing in CB, which is organized and have fun and actual leadership.
Yeah, I mean, Silver said he's potentially, apparently he did that during the last PvP event, which I didn't show. He said he's considering doing 3 PvP events a week. It seems like that's the chosen patch they slap on anything. Let's just do more PvP events that aren't really understood, are poorly planned, and have no commanding role. I don't know at this point if there's a recovery. That's why I'm not in the leadership team. I don't need to be constructive. I just need to see that this is a rotting carcass of what was once a great guild.
I think in order to make the PvP things actually worth it, we gotta like get granular and talk about builds and talk about comps and talk about do actual like 10v10s as a guild with 10 people. Make little 10 person groups, 10 person things, and then combine them all together. And that's what we'll end up having to do. And once we have a good core group of people, and we may need to change some tires, remove people that aren't playing, aren't active, we can get better at PvP. Beyond that, we should be working together as a guild, not just as a family, for commerce, for everything, to get a better goal and make a ton more gold, because 40 people with 60 land slots is a lot more than 11 people or 3 or 4 trying to put things.
Yep. There was talk early on about there was talk early on about doing a guild 2 for the people who aren't as hardcore. That hasn't happened. They're just here, taking up space.
Even the new people we have gotten haven't even like included themselves in a lot of things. Like I see some of them, like what is his name? A couple of the ones that don't even have the TW tag yet. I see them come in channel and like they'll sit, but they won't really talk, which is cool. At least they're coming to channel. But then I see like so many people who don't even come in channel, don't even try to do things with other people, don't even try to group with other people.
Because we don't have the same mentality and same rules that we had in place in CB. No one's enforcing it. Let's just be honest with each other. If anybody in this channel wasn't core right now, would you guys have the same drive to become core anymore with the state that the guild's in? Just be honest.
Let's ask somebody who isn't.
Like Wesley.
I wouldn't give the slightest shit at this point.
Yeah.
Core doesn't really matter, dude. I would drop that shit in a heartbeat. There's just nothing here anymore.
I've been talking with 3 other guilds already about possibly moving over. Even one of the guilds that I found out is actually full of Turk's old friends. They were saying, "Oh yeah, we're taking things kind of casual and easy right now. Our lowest gear score is 4.2k. We're focusing on underwater exploration." It's like,
oh, that's neat.
Yeah, that's okay, and they call that casual.
Listen,
I'm at 4.3.
I make the marker. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't know.
4.4 here.
I think I don't know. Just like when I wasn't core, I was trying to put effort in to become core. But like if it was a situation where I wasn't core now, I wouldn't. There just wouldn't be any point. Like core meeting. What is the next core meeting going to be consistent of? Anybody know? Because I don't.
Well, it got pushed to the 25th for one. It was initially the 20th.
We were supposed to have it on November 1st, and it's been pushed every week.
Fucking hell.
Really? If I was always
Actually, it was supposed to be today. It's a vote meeting.
I don't understand this core thing, but I'm just here to hang out with you guys.
That's the permanent members
Jesus
of Tempest Wolves that decide whether or not people actually stay in the guild or whether we kick them or not, based on their participation and everything else, and also bring concerns up to the officers to unfuck things.
What do you think about this, Gizmore, as an officer?
Dude, I got to keep my opinion out of it. Like, I feel like I'm being a fucking, for lack of a better phrase, a traitor by sitting in. But I mean, you guys are all entitled to your opinion, but being part of a leadership, it's like, I can't sit here and say, yeah, I agree, we should all move guilds, because that just makes me sound like a traitorous whore. Not calling you guys traitors whores, calling me one. But I mean, it sucks that this is the state of the guild, and I hate seeing a guild fall apart. There is more behind the scenes than you guys don't know, i.e. involving Silver. I'm not going to go into details, but he's had some shit come up, and he's basically AFK this whole week. So please don't bug him this week at all. That's all I ask. I'm not going to discuss why, but he has some shit going on in real life.
No, you already got a month. I'm not giving
So-
Tempest Wolves another week.
I mean, I'm not telling you to do whatever the fuck you want. I'm saying don't bug Silver for this week.
No, fair enough.
Like, do whatever the fuck y'all want. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys how to play games. It's your game. Like, I respect your guys' rights and your opinion to do whatever. All I ask is that please don't. If you have issues with anything, bring it to me. That's kind of, I guess, why I'm also sitting in on this. I'm not going to present anything to Silver unless it's like crisis mode. But if you guys do want to talk to Silver pre-leaving, please, if you guys do plan to leave, please do it after this week. Like he said, he probably won't be back till like next week. I will let you guys know when he says he's good to go. If you guys want to do that then, just out of respect to Silver for what he's got going on. But as for my thoughts on everything else, again, it just sucks that this is the state of the guild. It's the state of the game. I think that Silver's just had a lot of shit going on. The state of the guild in the game, I should say. Silver's had a lot of shit going on since this launch, hence why he's not had his drive and passion. I don't have the same passion because I've been working ridiculous hours. Like we were supposed to have a vote meeting tonight, but I completely dropped the ball and forgot about it since I'm in charge of those. And because I've been busy this last like 5 days working 10 to 12 hour shifts at work. So I completely dropped the ball on that, but I got all my shit caught up, and that's why it's going to be for next week on Monday. Plus, I knew we had this meeting, so I rescheduled it anyway. I'm trying to do what I can, fix things, keep things going. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to like the way I view it is if y'all decide to leave, again, completely you're right. That's going to basically destroy. That's basically probably going to end this guild and this game. And as I told Loomis and Tsunami last night, when we were kind of talking a bit, I said, if you guys do all leave and you're part of this family, I suggest going to the same guild, because otherwise there's no point keeping the family together. Just because like you have to do stuff like you can't really just do stuff as a family. So like you can a guild. I mean, yeah, there's the family quest and all that shit, but you're gonna want to spend time with your new guilds. So just that's my advice. If you guys do leave, again, I'm not condoning leaving. I'd rather everybody stay. Make it work. I'm gonna see what I can do to try to hash things out and fix things up so everybody's happier in the end. But I don't know. It just sucks like that. This is what the situation's devolved to, and
But-
I hate hearing it.
It shouldn't be all on you. Like there are 2 other officers. Like if Silver is going through a lot of shit, then like those officers should step up. It shouldn't be only you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm
shit
hoping
broke
that
in
people
this
do.
Actually,
You cut out there.
You can't hope. Just tell him to fucking step it up or tell him to get the fuck out. It's not that hard. I mean, if Vent doesn't want to fucking play the game, tell him to step down. If Slady wants to do me, and doesn't want to fucking do anything for the guild, then tell him to step down. He can be a
Yeah,
normal member.
I've been busy this last week, so I haven't had time to even. I've played maybe a few hours,
I know.
Like,
I hear you. I
total
worked
this
80
last
hours
week.
this week.
so
just
I haven't
switched
gotten to
to
do
the-
anything.
like,
I mean, I'm trying to do what I can because at the end of the day, like I don't know. I mean, to me, it sounds like y'all have already made up your decision. I do want to warn you though, the grass is always greener on the other side. Don't. I've seen this guild go through a lot of tough shit. It always pulls through. There's a reason this guild's been around since 2001.
Yeah, and it was the leadership that all
Yeah.
left the game when we moved to Arcade.
On that topic, when things got pretty bad, I went over to Sikot Puka because I miss him, and just wanted to talk to him because I heard he's no longer at Win either.
Yeah,
And
Moved.
good.
Gaspara actually made a fantastic point. Tempest Wolves has lost its heart, which was Indo, and its brain, which was Tiffany.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tiffany's
Silver
big
was
too.
groomed to take Endo's position. This has been in the works. I'm surprised it happened as late as it did. It's been in the works for years. Since Guild Wars 2, Silver basically ran Tempest Wolves. Endo was just he was there to put his official stamp on things.
And he motivated
He was the
people, yeah.
character. He's the
So
character.
Silver knows what he's doing in regards to leading this guild. It's just, as I said, he's had stuff going on in his life that's prohibited him from being able to do what he did in CB.
Do you ever think that maybe a change in the server might work? Like
The odds of
changing-
everybody wanting to start over fresh after all this gold and time invested. I mean, yeah, we made like some people I am not a big fan of wanting to start over. I don't think Loomis is. I don't know.
I'm
There's a
not
few other
gonna do
people I've
that.
heard it because it's the time. Like it took me hours to roll my gear, and I got lucky to roll my triple perfect stat. Like, do I really want to sit here and spend hours again
It
in
took
time?
way.
And I don't have the time to restart. Like I barely have the time to play now, and I'm already at a position where when I can play like Tuesday raids, I can fucking go out and raid. But if I were to start over again, it'd probably be a month at least before I can get out there and do anything.
So what is your? I mean, I'm sorry to keep putting pressure on you, but I feel like
I don't
the
care. I
best
mean,
way-
this is what I'm here for.
I feel like this is the best way to kind of actually look for a solution. So, like, what are your resolutions? What are your? Because I love Tempest Wolves. I was with these guys, since Guild Wars 2. This guild will not die, like 100%. It will not die. I know, like Marauder and Atrix said, you guys are kind of worried about it dying. It won't.
Oh, I know it won't die.
It will, like, you guys have taken a break a couple of times, and then you
It
guys all
won't die. It'll, yeah, like you know pretty well through Alley. It won't die. It'll just end this chapter, and we'll just people will play random games together until something big comes out, and then we'll all get back together. That's kind of what happened with CB.
Right.
Everybody played random games until CB came out, and then we all got jumped on CB.
I don't
The
think
problem
people
is-
are worried about the guild dying. They're worried about the chapter dying.
Or
'Cause we're
already
playing this
being
game
dead.
currently. Yeah.
So, but I think that's an important thing to just differentiate.
Well, if you guys, the way I look at it, like you guys, like essentially a lot of the people here, as you said, are the more active ones. Essentially, you guys control the fate of. If you guys decide to up and leave, then the chapter was probably going to be on that brink of dying. I mean, to be fair, we have like 10 other people sitting on the waiting list waiting to join, but whether or not they would want to stick around if we just had a mass exodus is another thing. I'm not trying, again, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, fuck, I got to stay now. I don't want this chapter to die. You guys do whatever the
No.
fuck you want. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a firm believer of that.
Gizmore, if a bunch of core members are planning to leave who have been doing the majority of the work in the guild and you get new people in, do you think they're going to stay?
That's what I just said. Like, they're going to not want to join
They're
in.
not. It doesn't matter what past like max exodus is. You're going to have the same problem. You're going to have poor participation, poor leadership. It's going to be the same issue, just with more people leaving. You'll have a high turnover no matter what.
Yes. And like I said, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, if they're going to start to question, why did you have a sudden mass amount of people leave? Like, what the fuck? So again, I'm trying to do what I can, but at the end of the day, I'd rather you guys play to be happy. You all deserve to be happy. And for what it's worth, I mean, I basically am stuck between a rock and a hard place because I want to play with an active group, but at the same time, I can't exactly just say, nope, see you guys, I'm done. Because that would require me stepping down as officer from Tempest Wolves, and I worked hard to get to this spot. Now, if it was for the better, like if you guys thought, oh, Jack can do a better job than Gizmore at being an officer, I'd be happy to step down at that point. Not saying you can't do a better job than me, Jack, but you know what I'm saying? Like if you guys had a vote of no confidence in me, I'd happily step down. But I'm trying to do what I can in the meantime and to fix everything. Sorry to put you under the spotlight there, Jack. I just first name that came to mind.
Dude, no worries. I've been officers in dozens of guilds. It's not a big.
So what it comes down to is my previous guild I ran in Guild Wars 2, I was the heart and soul of it. I was the endo of it. Like they would not follow anybody else. They would not do anything else unless I was there leading it. So I understand completely about having that heart and passion and, to have it taken away because there are certain people that you guys all flock to. But I don't know. You guys do whatever makes you happy.
I know that exact feeling, Gizmore. I played E for 10 years straight, and I was in the top 3 leadership for Pandemic Legion. So I had about 3,000 people in my various groups that I was an officer for. It was fucking nuts. It was a job. And as an officer there, you really have to. I did a lot of metagaming, a lot of work, a lot of fucking spreadsheets. I spent probably about 20 hours a week getting things ready, getting spies places, doing all sorts of shit.
And that's what I have to do in this game. Is I'm the Tiffany. So you guys know that Tiffany did a lot of shit. I am the new Tiffany, without the time. So I have to do all her work without the time that she had. She worked from home, so she had a lot more time to sit there and do this shit. I work evenings. I drive 30 to 45 minutes to work, and then 30 to 45 minutes back home. I get home at like midnight.
For the next 3 months, only work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 13 hours. So
like I said, I'm
4 days off.
I just today, I don't even know if I got all my shit caught up, but I had to update our spreadsheets with everybody's information that had applied to the guild and is accepted and is pending approval or pending join. So I had to get all that shit taken care of today. So that's what I've been doing all day pre this meeting.
Look, not to interrupt you boomers reminiscing about the old times, but the current issue is Tempest Wolves is supposed to be a PvP guild. what have we actually done to that? We keep making events that
So-
are poorly planned, poorly executed, with nobody having any real plans, no scouts, no. Some of them are even based on completely factual, incorrect information, like, oh, all reset rates start in Diamond Shores. That's still being said. Then the answer is let's just do more of them. And from the get-go, we had bad intel. And nobody's taken any kind of responsibility. We have a whole leadership team. I don't know. It's not me. What the fuck is this for?
I don't think a vote of no confidence will be something that the leadership actually condones either. I don't think that's a thing that Tempest Wolves would allow, even in a core meeting. To be honest, I don't think that's a thing. Gitsmorn.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Like I would respect personally.
I
I wouldn't be
understand
happy
that,
with it because that'd be a big
you-
blow. I mean,
your game isn't driven by your ego.
what it comes down to is I mean, I try to be organized in my game plan. You know, there's only so much that I'd rather go out and do like not necessarily GVG type stuff, but more organized, the CBS PvP. But it's pretty hard to do that in this game. Closest we can get is pirate stuff, and even then, we're not guaranteed to find. But that's still the most fun PvP I've had.
Well, at the end of the day, I didn't like get this meeting so I could be like, hey guys, let's go join another guild together. It's just people are not having fun and they're already looking for other options by themselves. So I just wanted everybody to kind of come together and talk about it.
And that's
And
why I
if
said,
we
you know,
can
if you guys
play
do it
together.
together.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think.
oh, go on.
I was just
you-
gonna say. I think if we want to have fun, it sounds like that we have to make the fun for ourselves in this game. But we'll need a little bit of assistance or some type of movement from the leadership. That's
we
kind of
need
what I'm
we
getting.
need a leadership. Is what we
I
need
think
a
that ship
leadership.
has sailed, honestly.
I vote Loomis for guild leader.
Please stop.
No.
No.
I'm just kidding, Loomis. I only said that to bug you.
Everybody from the leadership team who I spoke to back before the game launched, there was Indo, Tiffany, Silver. They all said this game is about how you start. This game is about getting a good start. This game is about starting. And then we drag our feet for a month. That ship has sailed. It's over.
Yeah, in their own words, they were trying to get us to go hard for it the first month. None of the leadership has. So.
Nope.
And now I tried.
No, you didn't.
I had work. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. You tell us you have work, but that's an excuse. That's not telling us to go hard. That's excusing why you couldn't.
Okay, correction. I didn't say go hard. I got promoted officer after the game launched.
Yeah, the transition time for officer. I don't think you can. That was just shitty timing.
So playing, you know, being innocent there, I was not an officer to the launch of this game.
The original point is, though, we joined this game early for a purpose, but we didn't actually do what we were being told to do, basically.
Nope. We didn't even try, man.
I mean, the first couple days it felt like it.
Well, yeah.
Doing stuff together as a guild.
Were we? I thought it was just our family.
Yeah,
I know I was just there with Turk and Frost just powering through. I know Tsunami and you were doing stuff. I know Loomis was pushing through by himself. I know Jack had work on a couple days, but he started powering through every time he had an off chance.
Yep.
Well,
And I know I saw Zayo and Travis both doing crazy things with Travis not in the family, but still. Every
Even
time I got
Turtle.
involved in a raid, I'd see them doing stuff.
Even Turtle pulled his weight early on.
Yeah.
I would exclude the first few days just because most people are waiting in queue anyway. So it's kind of hard to do things together. As a guild, I should say. But like after that whole, first week, we still haven't really done much. But yeah, I don't know. Like
I think I need a guild just for all the alts.
Yeah.
Christ,
Oh,
you get a lot of alts.
We do have a lot of alts. I don't know. I'm new to your guys' guild, but I do have a lot of fun playing with you guys. It's I didn't come in, I didn't know about it all. Shama, I mean, I had a little issue, but I think overall I enjoyed playing with you guys. So
I had a very difficult decision in the beginning of this game.
so did I.
Go with Lianchi to the non-role play server, who knew everything about the game, who probably would have made me a top gear scorer competitive player, or join with Tempest Wolves with you guys. And I was like, well, I do want to be on the role play server. I'm gonna join with Tempest Wolves.
That was my logic too as well. I could have easily gone with them, but I wanted
All
to
the
join you
stupid shit I've done so far, you would have stopped me.
guys.
Oh, I mean, right? Think about it. If we did go to another server, we'd have the right fucking weapons.
Oh god.
Oh, it's like a month of fucking gameplay though. We're literally a month behind now, even if we were
Yeah.
like,
And think about land, getting new land somewhere.
I would
God.
not get a house. I would not get a house again.
we'd have to have a fresh start server to actually fucking re-roll. Like, it'd be too much not.
I feel like I don't want to re-roll at all. I want to work on this server for whatever, and I'm not going to quit playing this game no matter what.
Yeah,
Like,
same
I
here.
really like the complexity. It reminds me of Eve, and it makes me happy.
God, Eve.
I mean, deadass, we have probably the worst community ever on the server, but I have a lot of time and effort invested. I would like to not leave Win, but under the current circumstances, I don't see another way.
I feel you're already playing the European
I don't-
server, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't think there's that many top guilds that are purplers that you say though.
Okay.
Well,
Like, well, name them off is what I'm saying. Because like,
Oof,
there's
grow up. What was the
Well,
other one? Got
Midnight.
milk.
That's 3.
Midnight. That's already 4.
yeah, but hey, the thing is, listen, Arcade has always been like this. Arcade was 10 times worse than this in the past. So I used to play on Olo, right? And we had the problem of the East loved the Pirates, and the Pirates loved the East. Or I'm sorry, the West. And no, East, I'm sorry. They love the East. So basically, like 3 or 4 major guilds from the West decided to team up with the East and the Pirates, and it left a couple of us just stranded. So we would get purpled on, we would get ganked, they would work together, we would get fucked over. So they removed the aspect of, like, cooperation between the 3, and they made it faction based a little bit more. So okay, so it kind of made it a little more even, I guess, right? But the thing is, the game's always been about purpling and stealing packs and trade, turning your back on your own faction and not turning your back on the fact. I mean, it's just a core thing that the game has had for years, since 2014. So it's like it's a part of the game. People can end up using it, and yes, maybe the server that's below us has two less guilds that purple on whatever, blah blah. But the thing is, it's gonna happen regardless of whatever server you play on. Like all the people that are coming from Fresh Start and Legacy, they're still having the same exact problem on the servers that they've been playing on for years.
No, they're not. I've actually been to 2 other servers now, one of them EU, one of them NA. And the problem is dramatically different because Win is the only one where the East has a massive pop advantage, so the East guilds get bored
Win
and
is
fight each
also
other.
Win is also the most populated and the highest gear scored server on the whole game at the moment.
Alexander
Also,
is both higher.
in US, I guess.
Yeah, he said the whole game. Alexander
Yeah,
has higher
I'm
gear
correct.
scores and more pop.
Listen, I'm just telling you from experience from playing this game since 2014. I understand your concept of playing on EU and you haven't seen that on EU. That's fine.
I played
But
on
the main-
AA servers too.
The answer to purpling guilds is just to murder them.
Yeah, if we had a guild that would back us up, but we don't.
Yeah. So one of the things we need to do is come up with a guild economic plan and maybe put something together so that we can all get money and run packs together or whatever. And that way we'll have, 30 or 40 people running packs instead of 5 or 10 or 15 that can easily get ganked. It's harder to gank a whole guild if we practice and work together.
And just as a frame of reference, the Orca guys I mentioned before, when they go fishing as a guild. Like they get, even the people who don't have labor are around on galleons shooting people. Now they don't purple because that's Orca. That's they don't like that. But they do it as an organized event. So if anybody purples on them, they can fuck them up. That's kind of what you got to do. Orca is smaller than most of the other guilds like Grow Up and Oof. So they have to do that, and they do it, and they succeed with it.
I just like to know.
Smaller?
I got my fishing boat today or this morning.
Oh, nice,
just
dude.
to like pause you guys. I don't know if you read the family chat, but I'm gonna be leaving the game. If anyone wants my spot in Rucala, then let me know. Anybody in the channel. My illness is too bad right now, and it directly involves my hands, which makes it hard to play video games, especially a game like this, which requires a lot of movement.
Mhm.
So, and I've had to like miss every raid. I've had my power go out, and I've also not been able to play because of my hands acting up. So, fortunately, I'm just gonna step away from the game at this point.
At a minimum, you can come and hang out, Levin. We love having her around.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about the damn fires. Like,
Yeah. Them
Dude,
shits are nasty.
You're sorry,
Are they your
Koda?
fault?
Did you
Are they your
start them?
no, but I observed them and like I saw, and I had to track their path of.
So you didn't
the
do
way they
anything
were-
to stop them.
I did.
No, I
I
helped.
did.
He helped the fires. Okay.
No, I helped coordinate the freaking airdrops.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
Jack works for FEMA, so he tried.
Oh my gosh.
I can legitimately say in 2008 and 2009 that I fought forest fires in California.
Well, then I probably helped you lead it to where you were supposed to go.
So I did collect a paycheck from FEMA for 2 seasons, technically.
No.
Editor,
Okay, well,
the truth comes out.
It's
I'm-
coming
I'm-
out slowly.
I'm kind of sorry to hear that, McLovin, but it's understandable. I hope you don't leave the family Discord though, because we would still like to talk shit, if that's okay.
No, I just know I'm gonna leave the family, so like you guys can give the spot to somebody else, and also the guild, because I want them to be able to give the spot to somebody else, because I won't be active in this game anymore.
Have you thought about doing stuff that's a little bit easier on your hands or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, right now, like just MMOs require way too much hand motion,
Hmm.
so I'm like limited to like puzzle games where there's not that much clicking.
Puzzle games
What
are
about
Like I could still like do family night games, like the card games and stuff. That's fine.
I
or like
miss
Cards Against
tabletop.
Humanity or something, or Tabletop Simulator? Okay.
That
Have
was
you
so much fun,
considered
guys.
getting very skilled with your feet and playing a game with your feet?
Oh God.
Well, it
Or one
affects
of those stand-up mouses.
all of my joints, guys. So it makes it hard to like sit
Oh,
here
no.
at the computer and play. It makes it hard to move. It makes me like that's why when I say that my hands hurt or like I'm playing Solar and it's not easy for me to like heal or do any of that. Like it wouldn't be any easier playing a different class. It's just unfortunately MMOs require so not only MMOs but a lot of computer games require a lot of hand movement, sitting in a certain position, being there for a long period of time.
So we have McLovin leaving, we have Tsunami thinking about leaving, Turtle has also been considering it, though I don't know where he is with that.
He said he's taking a week off and he might come back, he might not.
Okay.
I talked to him a little bit yesterday. He's just chilling right now. He's literally just playing single player games.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I mean, it's essentially what I'm doing. It's not, it's still the same game, but I'm also just on vacation.
I'm farming wood for Loomis. That's my purpose right now.
I'm mining iron.
If you guys still want the plots in Solus to be able to do the larders, if that's something you guys want to do as a family, then I can give them to you. But I don't know because it's a lot of money putting all the.
What happened with Tsunami? Like, what caused him to have this sudden sort of exodus?
He does none of the stuff in the game is similar to how like they gutted a lot of things from the game that he really liked. Where you could do a lot more PvP style raids and it wasn't dailies. For instance, they would take like cargo ships full of cargo and like fight people every single time. This is how I explained it to me. Like they would take cargo ships that they owned and they would have galleons and they would take them across the sea to trade in packs and then they would take them back. They'd have to fight people the entire time, which is a really cool PvP, but that's not in this game as much.
Yeah, he was basically saying he misses the more adventure-y aspects, and he feels like if the guild was at least trying to drive for something that could keep his attention, but without that, he's wondering why he even bothers playing.
Yes.
I mean, the one thing we could do to make it similar to that is buy the cargo thing and take it to Friedrich.
Like to do the runs or the actual ship?
I've got
actual
someone in
ship.
my party
Like,
right
sorry.
now who's got a cargo ship. The same person I was talking about like a week or two ago, but no one was willing to spend the gold.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't do that in this guild. We don't have enough people to do that.
You need a full raid to really make it worth it. Otherwise, some other big baddie's gonna fuck.
Because if you want to force sea fights like he was doing, he wanted, that's one way to do it. Because they see a cargo ship full of cargo, they're gonna want to attack. But we don't have the people in the guild enough to do that, to defend it. So again, like, can't really do PvP stuff without a PvP guild.
Which comes to something I feel like was touched upon earlier, but, a few people wanted to outright say, who's going to be the one to say, okay, these people aren't pulling their weight, they're relegated to the sub-guild until they get their shit together, get their skill level up, get their gear up, do whatever arbitrary thing is said.
And it's just like, who has the firepower? The people in this chat, we have 2 out of the 3 galleons, right? No guild help from that, yet we use it in every guild run.
And it costs you the little sand?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't blown up any of them, I don't think, but
No.
I can show you how to get the sand really easy, by the way.
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
awesome.
But like, yeah, we've got the galleons from no help from the guild, yet it's used in every raid. Like, we are the guild pretty much, like Gizmore said.
So would you not want me to use those boats, like, just out of curiosity?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like we haven't gotten any help from the guild in any sense of like anything, which it's fine. It's just we don't do things together. It just shows.
Like, you know how in Guild Wars 2, like, if somebody needed help with something, a lot of people would be like, oh, hey, like, you need to go to this area, you need to get this stuff, hey, if you need some of this, like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I even asked in guild chat, like, hey, Sanami, like Sanami was the first one with the galleon. Asked, hey, Sanami is about to get his galleon. If anybody can, send him extra mats for it. No response.
But I think the other
I sent
side of
mats.
that is in
Excluding
Guild
the
Wars
family.
2.
Okay.
And Guild Wars 2, Shy, to counter your point, everybody was already at that point where we were pretty much all maxed out with all our shit, versus this game, people are still trying to upgrade it, do all that stuff. So I think people are going to hold on to their coin more tightly, their materials more tightly.
Silver says, hey, I need stuff for the galleon. People are going to send it.
Because he has that leader aspect to him. I do agree with you there. But they're not going to send as much as they would if, they were already established. And unfortunately, this game, by that logic, until you're like 15,000 gear score, you're never really going to be established, because you're constantly going to be needing to improve, which unfortunately is just a massive gold sink.
Well, if you had, say, for example, if you had 3 people working on this, like wood, you had 3 people working on stone, kind of like what we do in the family on a guild level, we could do it. But it would be better if there was communication, but there's not a lot of communication, like, with the other
families. Yeah.
You mean Slady and his alts? Without Delphus?
Feels bad.
Yeah.
I think
like, for example, like Zhao communicated that he needed barley, or Delphus talked about how he needed hay bales, or you need hay bales, and I sent hay bales to everybody because I wanted everybody to be able to do stuff. Similar thing, like when you look at the fact that like when we're not cohesive in our communication to everybody, like it's not just our family who should be communicating well, we should also be communicating with this family, that family, and everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I purposely told people not to use this Discord for voice too, for a reason, and that really hasn't changed anything. It's as if we were still in this Discord every day. Like it does. It's the same people every time.
It was I think a week or two ago that Zayo said, listen, the guild is kind of not doing well, we're not helping by hanging out in Discord, so I stopped hanging out in this Discord and I went over to the Tempest Wolves exclusively.
Yeah.
And what did that do? I would spend all day with somebody who, yeah. People make weird noises, they don't have push to talk, I don't like it. But I mean,
That's-
you know, get over it, whatever.
That's me. I'm sorry.
No, it's also the people who constantly lip smack and sniff and all that. It gets to me after a while, but that's not their problem, right? So I keep it to myself. But apart from that, has any benefit actually come out of that? The only direct result I could tell was what's his name? This lady's
We
buddy.
talked to Deltas a lot more when we did that.
Yeah, this lady's buddy.
I think beating you as well.
At some point, coming in and acting passive aggressive when he was just sitting there silently and somebody addressed him.
Panthers?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird fucker.
That was the one result. This lady still doesn't talk to us,
I
which in
mean,
retrospect we should be grateful for.
But like, yeah, in terms of other people, we just it's just our channel, their channel. I mean, we talk to Coda, right, and Deltas more.
I mean, the only thing that I can see that benefiting is just the fact that the guild looks active. You know what I mean? So if someone had doubts about coming on, and like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get on Discord. There's nobody else on there. If they saw people hanging out, then it would benefit. It would benefit the guild by seeing people active on Discord, talking or not talking, or just hanging out in channels. Just makes the guild look more and more active like that. Like as crazy as it sounds, like we had TeamSpeak and we just fucking told people to just, I don't care what channel you're in, just stay on fucking TeamSpeak. You could be by yourself for the next 3 weeks, but make sure you're just in a channel so people see that we're active, you're hanging out in this or TeamSpeak. If someone needs something, you're there.
Exactly. And then if you need like how we had in CB where people were just grouped up to do stuff, or I don't know,
Like-
just made bonds that way.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I made it mandatory. As crazy as that sounded, but it worked. People never complained because there was so many fucking channels that could be left alone. And but that was one of the huge things that I would push. It's just it would make us look active, or I mean, we were active, but it would, you know
At
what
the
I
end
mean.
of the day, I want to be in a guild where I don't have to put work into getting people. I want to play a guild that's already working. I don't know if that makes me selfish or anything. I just don't want to put the time into, being an officer or a leader or whatever, because it feels like our family is the leading family in the guild.
How often do we have random people not from our family coming in saying, oh, when are we doing the next Miss Song? When are we doing the next Tahutas? When are we doing the next fishing boat raid?
Yeah.
On the other hand, when Loomis scheduled a PvP event, one that actually worked, going after fishing boats,
Shit, I made 50 gold.
Guess who just unapologetically didn't fucking show up, despite the fact that he was online in Discord and apparently with his buddy.
Yeah.
Literally,
So like,
in our group alone, we have enough people to pirate people. It's not like a big guild thing. That's like a squad or two thing.
Yeah.
Unless you had a squad or two in every single different point in the map, and they're all different like engagements at once, and you just continuously did it or something, or had like a schedule plan where you knew the most active time of day on the west, say, because you were communicating with one of their fucking west people to see what the most active time of day is.
that's another thing. You know how politics was heavy in CB? That's heavy in this game too. And what politics have we?
Oh, we've engaged in a lot of politics. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Poof.
We
We're
always have
allied
a
with
secret.
everybody, and we hate everybody too.
The most was probably me trying to egg Asobi on dominioning on us. Like we haven't talked to any guilds at all as a guild.
Because the drive, the effort, the motivation isn't there. That's just, there's your
Yeah,
answer for that.
They're treating it like a gap filler game. This is not the sort of casual game where you can do that. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk too much shit about the people who were really good at CB, but CB was really low barrier to entry. If you could push 5 buttons and not drool on your shirt, you were probably good in CB. This is not that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you guys, Gizmore and Silver, you guys do an event, people come, and then someone else does event, they don't come. Like Slitty goes a different channel. Like that's just bullshit.
Yeah, says he's helping somebody level and then ends up doing family quests and sitting around twiddling his dick.
We already talked about that, so I guess it's just beating a dead horse. But yeah,
Sometimes it's just good to talk about it and get it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let out the stress, like
Yeah.
when you scream into a pillow.
Get rid of Slady from Officer and get rid of Vent. Obviously, Vent has nothing to do with this game anymore, unless somebody has any other thoughts about that. I haven't even seen Vent on Discord. Or
What? There's events?
no, what's his fucking name? Ventrix?
Venrix.
if he
Venrix.
is, he's in the channel with Silver and
All right,
his group.
so tell me one officer thing that he's done nothing that I've seen.
Yeah, when I had that
seen him
problem
on
with Turtle,
Discord.
when I had that problem with Turtle, I tried speaking to Venrix about it, and he did fuck all.
So I guess, as crazy as this is gonna fucking sound, because I don't even know why I'm gonna say this, but I have a little belief that this could somehow, some way turn around. It would involve getting rid of 2 people from the officer position, putting them at normal fucking position, getting 2 more people into their position that actually want to give a fuck, and then go from there. But those 2 people that you put in need to be actually putting in the fucking time and effort.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
I don't want to say never. I think the leadership is pretty fluid.
Because
I would like to believe that.
they're certainly
Right,
fluid on their
leader.
rules.
Oh my god.
Coda for lead. Boom.
We could rename it from Tempest Wolves to Ming, and sorry, I'm gonna drink some more wine.
It's been a goddamn month. We haven't even had a core meeting or any meeting about the game yet. How long is it going to take them to reschedule an officer meeting? The game's going to be cancelled by then.
Think about it this way: Gizmore just said that Silver's going through a lot of shit right now. So
Okay, I have to say, Silver, at least as far as I've seen in the past month, apparently the only way we get information about him is through Gizmore. So why the hell should I give a single fuck about him?
Agreed.
Clearly he doesn't care to communicate with me, and he's supposed to be my guild leader? Yeah, that can just fuck right off.
He also didn't delegate. If he has shit going on for a month, you need to delegate. You can't just say, oh yeah, I'm not going to be there for a month in a game that's all about starting early.
Yeah, you can have problems, but at the end of the day, no one knows about it, and we're trying to play together. You can't just leave everybody in the dust.
Don't break your keyboards now, all right? I've seen that angry German kid.
You ain't seen nothing yet, son.
Yeah, I heard that slam. I love you, man. You're hilarious.
What was it? Counter-Strike he was mad at? I can't even remember.
It was a sketch, actually. The guy was... it was just a skit, a comedy thing.
Oh, okay.
And magazines in Germany misunderstood it and used it as an example of violent video games. And he was he at some point attempted suicide. It was real. There's a documentary about him on YouTube.
Oh damn! Really? Jesus.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, apart from the suicide part.
Oh. Yeah, I missed that part.
He had to change...
Slumber to Freezy, right?
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, he had to change schools twice, and when the teacher in the second one found out, she didn't let him go on a school trip because she thought he was a shooter.
Wow.
Fuck. Could have just said he was an actor.
An activist.
He tried, but Germany. Violent video games.
Yeah, I guess the question is just where do you guys want to go from here? Because I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I like playing with everybody. And if everybody were to quit, I'd probably be done too. I'm not saying
guys. Question. When you demolish your house, do you get the mats back?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry to pause on your loving speech right there, Loomis.
Hey, question. Before you demolish the house, why don't you just sell the house to the other guys? If need be, if someone wants it. You can sell it for 1 gold if no one has a house, if they're interested.
Is this what it's like in raids when people don't listen to me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Folks-
I asked if anybody wanted the stuff in Solus, and I wasn't sure.
Folks, please, the house selling can really go to text right now. We have more important things to
Let's
discuss.
do it in general chat, love, and we'll talk about it, huh?
I wouldn't worry about giving the spot to anyone yet, McLovin. You have like a week on the tax, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to that at some point.
I'll help in whatever way I can. Just let's address the issues right now.
Yeah. And
I
if
want to build
anything-
Loomis's damn house. That's what I'm doing.
I'm working on it. If anything, Tsunami can log into your account and give it to someone or whatever. And, just don't worry about it for now. We don't know who takes the spot.
Look, the only thing I've become clear on over the last few days is that I want out. Now, if this means out to a different guild, I'm willing to try that. I'm apparently the only one who's happy with just going to a different server. If the guild is not something we can drop as a family, then yeah, I'll leave and go to a different server. I am unhappy here. This is a game. I'm supposed to not be unhappy with me every day. I am, so I'm changing something.
But yeah, that's basically what we're here for too. We want to at best case scenario, I want us all to move together somewhere and play together and have fun in a different way than what this guild is providing. But
Yep.
So
Oh,
that's
God.
why I want opinions on.
See, that's what Tempest
What-
Wolves is so all about, man. So it's like so weird that I don't know that this is where we're at. Like I feel like this is recoverable.
I just think this game isn't for the guild. That's all. Like it's shown. Like we can't keep waiting for something to happen.
I don't know. Personally, I would like to
I
see
would-
what Silver or
I would give it a
Gizmo
week.
want to do.
I would give it a week to see if Silver and Gizmo can pull it out of the shitter and see if we can replace Slady and Venrix, or Slady can do a 180.
Out of
If
the
that's
question.
even fucking possible.
Out of the question for me. They had a month. They didn't do anything in a month. We just rescheduled another meeting yet again. I'm not waiting another week.
We keep saying a week. Like it's just at what point do we stop? I want to wait for the meeting or whatever core meeting, but like we keep. I say this week let's spend time looking for guilds and figuring out what we want to do to have fun together if we want to stay together.
I would definitely like to stay together. I'd like to stay on Win. I think we have a good group of people here, and I've made friendships for sure. I think all of you are my friends. Even you, Turk. Even
Uh-huh.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Yeah,
on the
like-
FEMA list though for the future. Just
Oh, I know. The FEMA list is long. I'm on second row, I think.
I don't think we should rush. We should become pirates. I don't think we should rush joining a guild. I think we should throw out our feel for guilds, talk to them, and spend this week figuring out what we want to do. And then if it takes long enough to where it gets the core meeting, fine. But if we find a guild we really like, then we can decide if we want to join it right away or not.
What's next? Has the Orca guy ever replied again?
Nope.
What are you gonna do after this, Gizmo?
After this meeting, go harvest my turkeys.
I love
In
it.
terms of attempting to maintain TW in
I mean, I'm
Okay,
limited to
sure.
2 nights a week off, unless we start doing shit during the day on the weekends. Maintain the status quo as in, I'll still do my Tuesday raids till this game, till everybody leaves the guild and it's just me doing Tuesday raid by myself. That's all I guess I can do, unless I start doing Monday and Tuesday raids, which I'm not opposed to. If that's what you guys want.
God,
I
this
know
fucking-
everybody's like, they want PvP raids, they want PvP raids, they want PvP raids. But then it sounds like, everybody's like, I don't want to do PvP raids with Tempest. I want to do PvP raids, but not PvP raids with Tempest. Because ours are disorganized, whatever. I mean, I'm trying to come up with organized stuff, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's only so many things you can actually do in terms of PvP right now. And once they open up guild, castle claiming and for the faction and all that stuff, it's going to open up a lot more stuff. Excuse me. But I think it comes down to, I'm just going to keep trying, doing what I can, and getting done what we can to get done. That's why I hope that you guys, stick around for a while. I don't want you guys to just up and quit coming to the PvP rate. That would suck, because I'd be down to like 10 people. But I mean, that's why I've told you guys from the get-go, I'm open to suggestions as to what you guys think would be a good thing for us to do for raids. That's why I took Loomis's idea, because it seems like a majority of people here really enjoyed his raid. So yeah, I poached Loomis's idea because it's what seemed like the majority of the people want. But I'm not opposed to doing open world stuff. I'd love to do some open world stuff, so we don't have to waste your guys' time and money getting the ships out. now that we're losing a galleon, a very highly upgraded galleon. I don't know where Koda's is at, but I know Tsunami's was very powerful. Like, it's going to make our fishing raids, our pirate raids, not as fun. As for my future plans, keep Tempest alive as long as I can until Silver ultimately says, yeah, this chapter's done with this game, and then, you know, do whatever I want, like whatever I can, because I'm still planning on playing this game. I don't plan to quit this game. I've been having too much fun with it, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with you guys. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I think what we were looking for is, would you be willing to bring our concerns to the other two officers? Who
Oh yeah,
are
I plan to.
active? Okay, that's because I didn't hear that at all. That's what I was waiting.
I thought you
for
meant like
that.
what my in-game game plans are.
No, like,
so,
I
okay.
don't give a shit about that.
I misunderstood then. So yes, I do plan on. However, I'm not going to do it until Silver's got his shit sorted out of respect to him. I know
So
you
you're
guys
gonna wait
probably
a
hate
week?
that. I know you guys probably hate that answer. I'm sure, you know, I'm probably going to say something to him a little bit later, but he got some news today that I'm kind of giving him some time. It literally happened a few hours ago. So I'm not going to just go to him tonight and say, hey, by the way, it sounds like 12 people are planning on leaving the guild, wanted to go to a different guild. Does that make sense? Like, I'm doing this out of respect to him, and if you guys hate that, then so be it. But I, as a person, cannot do that to him.
Well, I think everybody understands that Silver's going through some heavy shit.
Of course, but I mean, it's also been a month.
This
There
is
has
something
been-
different than what's happened. He's
there
had
have been-
power issues.
Wait,
There have been problems with people being dissatisfied for weeks. Outspoken about it. I'm sure most of us had the problems for longer, but it has become an open conversation topic for weeks. There wasn't word one.
Silver's not the only officer, Gizmore.
No, I know. Like I said, I will. How am I saying this? I think this is a matter that all of us need to sit down, and like, officers need to sit down and have a meeting with. However, I don't want to bring worry to Silver during this time right now. I mean, I'll probably in a couple days.
Like I said, there's two other officers that you could work with while Silver's gone to try to address some of these issues.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was gonna lean towards, maybe tomorrow during the day, talking to Slady and Vendrix, starting a private, because you can do a private message thing like with 10 people, right? Like what we had going before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I was gonna plan to do it. So I don't want to post it where Silver can see right now, just because I don't want him to get worried with it. But I am going to bring your guys' concerns. I'm trying to figure out a great way to do it without sitting here telling straight up, just saying, I probably am just going to straight up and say, hey, yeah, a bunch of people are not happy. They're wanting to leave the guild for XYZ reasons.
Tell him specifically that I said he's a scumbag for kicking Del.
Oh my god. Why don't you tell him yourself, Turk? Shit.
Okay, well,
Wait,
once you get him
kick
in a
who?
channel, invite
Hey,
me.
you guys
Well-
can do whatever the fuck you want. All I say is, like, please just don't bug Silver. Like, go yell at Slady all you want. Take it to DMs, though, preferably, so Silver doesn't see, because then he does check this shit, and he said we can get a hold of him if we need to. But again, out of respect to him, I'm not going to bug him, and I would appreciate it if you guys did not either. But again, do what you think is best for you guys. And, you know, it's been a damn pleasure playing with y'all. If you guys do decide to leave, and I hope that I could, if things do collapse and burn here, that I'd be able to join y'all at a later time.
You can just
Um,
come
You didn't hear that, did you? Marauder, you didn't hear that, did you?
I did.
The gulp?
No.
Oh, that's what I was concerned about, the gulp. Because I just realized my mic was still hot. I chugged some water.
I think our original plan was to bring up things in the core meeting.
Yeah.
Silver should be
got-
at that meeting.
Moved, so we kind of.
Well, like I said, so this wasn't supposed to be necessarily a core meeting. It was supposed to be a vote meeting, as far as I'm aware. I assumed, like as with every vote meeting, because I missed the last 1,000 of them,
Well-
that other things do get discussed, and I'm all for that. Which I will make sure that everybody else knows, the leadership knows, that there's going to be other issues that need discussed, and that's when I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or later tonight. Start talking to them and say other issues are going to be brought up. This is what they're going to bring up,
Yeah.
so we can
I
try to
think
get a
another
resolution.
thing- I think we heard like multiple dates though, so that like we thought it was the 20th, most of us.
And I do not recall hearing anything about a core meeting on the 20th, because as far as I'm aware, Silver's scheduling meetings and stuff for the most part around my schedule, so I can be there as well. and I chose the 25th. So the original one was supposed to be today, because this is just over a month. This is basically a month after the launch of the game, plus a couple days because I work Fridays. So it's supposed to be the first vote meeting because we had some new members join. So then I completely dropped the ball and forgot about it because I've been working ridiculous hours this last week and just haven't had the time to even sit down and barely fucking harvest my turkeys and my cows. So that's why I moved it to next week. So I will tell them that, hey, so that way it also works out. It'll give us a week. Once I present this to them, it'll give us a week to try to figure something out. But what it's going to come down to is, let me ask you guys this. Would you be happier with still the 2 to 3 raids, maybe Mondays, Tuesdays, and then whatever day Silver picks? Like doing stuff, because that's like, what would make you guys happier? Like, you guys say organized PvP, actual raids, doing actual shit. Like, what could I do? And I'd like to be able to go to these guys with your concerns and your suggestions.
What these PvP raids equate to is constantly scheduling PvP stuff in CB, which you could very easily do, but never pushing anybody to get any units upgraded, never trying to coordinate, never trying to assign roles to anybody, never saying what siege you need to bring. The work around the PvP raids isn't being done. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody's like, oh, that's not my responsibility. So the PvP raids themselves are just like throwing shit at a wall. It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, I did just make a post about everything that you people should be working towards based off your guys'.
It's been a month!
Okay, listen. I've been taking all this shit that you guys are worried. I don't know all the shit that you gotta have to do. I don't do dungeon runs because I didn't know that dungeons runs were even that important. I made that big post trying to get everybody motivated to get going out and doing stuff. As for PvP raids, doing dungeon runs doesn't contribute to PvP raids minus getting gold. As far as I'm aware. Like, I don't know if you get best in slot gear from dungeon runs, all that shit. I'm just trying to start to fix things here. I get it's been a month. It's also been a month. You can't expect us to have this game memorized and down pat.
Yes, I can at least expect us to coordinate in a game where everybody knew we were about starting early.
So what can we do to be better coordinated for a PvP raid?
We should have already had either trade runs or fishing raids or something else in place to make money so people can progress in their gear score. That never happened. That still isn't happening as far as I know.
Yeah.
But I think he's talking about suggestions for now.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you think we should start doing organized trade runs, organized fishing raids? Like, problem is do you think I get you enjoy fishing, I enjoy fishing, a lot of us enjoy fishing. Do you think the whole guild would enjoy sitting there fishing the whole time?
I would put a poll out, and for this we'd probably need to have a guild meeting at least to see what people would like to do, and then pursue that in an organized fashion. So if it's running a whole fucking ton of larders across the ocean, sure, we could do that. We could all pile our shit together and our labor together, make these shits and turn them in, make a fuck ton of gold and split it for everybody who contributed. Or we could, do fishing, teach people how to fish if they don't know. We could do a ton of stuff there. Like, I could grow fucking bamboo and help make poles. It doesn't necessarily matter what it is as long as we're all doing it together, because you can make a hell of a lot more money in a group than
There should
you
be a
can with 5 or 10
rotation.
people.
Yes. And see, this is better than just
Okay.
sitting here telling me we need to organize more stuff. Like, I need suggestions.
Having a scheduled rotation for maybe even a 24-hour period of literally including all your family pack runs, fishing time, library, abyssal, and everything else that can possibly make money in between.
That's
with
what I
some
always think.
dungeon runs stuck in there at
Or on
random
dailies.
hours during the day, one for the morning, one for the night. That would be the event schedule. Like, if
Being
literally
expected
I
to be
knew,
on and in Discord as well with that.
if
No,
I knew
not just-
exactly when to stop fishing.
So would
libraries
you guys
as fast
want
as
me to
humanly
sit down and say, okay, guys,
to
today
rotate
when you're
into-
logged in, you have to be logged in. You have to only fish today.
to rotate
Today when you
into-
log in, you have to only do like, and then 24 hours later, okay, when you log in, we're only doing Miss Song run or whatever, like library runs. I don't know, whatever. Like, those are daily limited. Like, some of these are daily. Like, you can only do them once a day.
Think of it like Guild Wars. Remember, we would have the long, 6-hour or like. What a good example was like when Indo would lead from like 2 p.m. Eastern to like 9 p.m. Eastern, which is a crazy long time, but it's a good example, right? You didn't have to go every day, but you were expected to show up 3, 4, or 5 times a week, and the more the better. That looked better on you.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but this, like, that's for doing PvP, which is what Tempest Souls has always been about. Tempest Souls has not been a let's do dungeons all day guild.
Well,
We
it's
Tempest
are-
Souls
apparently
has
let's
not
do
been a let's
nothing
do
all
a
day
PvE.
guild.
No, that isn't true because we'd go farm spiders for fucking 12 hours and what was that? The
Yeah.
jungle. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Have you seen people in CB where they just farm AI all day? Like,
But that's to get better for the PvP, which I know is a whole big circle jerk here,
There you
but that's
go.
because we couldn't do territory wars 24/7.
Yeah, but it's the
Ismar,
same
you
reason here.
You
I
just
know,
touched
I know.
on the reason why we need to do economic
know.
stuff together.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
We are a PvP
But
focused
how many people
guild that
actually
has to
did
that likes
AIs?
PvP.
But AIs was also limited to 5 people. You couldn't do that as a full guild.
then
So that was
But we
kind of
still
where
did
most
them
people
as
did
a-
it.
AIs.
You have to make money to get PvP gear. Yeah.
I mean, we still did it as a group though. Like
Yeah.
Tsunami and Shy would do it for
But
hours.
aren't dungeons limited to once a day or like X amount of entries?
Each dungeon
times.
is 3 times a day, and honestly, there's so much fucking content in this game.
So what are you gonna like
If you-
cover the rest of the time that you aren't doing dungeons?
Well, the order should have come down at the beginning of this game's lifespan from leadership saying, we done some research, here are the things that we know right now should be done so we can keep competitive, because we're supposed to be a PvP guild. None of that has happened ever.
But right now he's trying to do corrective action. That seems like it was in the past, but he's trying to fix it.
Yeah, we're working
I
on
mean,
the
based
the
off,
fix.
I mean, Marauder, based off all this, it sounds like I should just give up at this point. Like it's too late. Damage is done. Give up. See you guys. Like
far
that's
as
kind
I'm
of the vibe
concerned,
I'm
yeah.
getting. So why should I give up? Like, would you, if you were in my shoes, would you just give up on everything?
I'm not in your shoes.
Exactly. So if you were, would you give up on everything?
If I was, I wouldn't have failed
If
for
you
a
had
month.
everybody angry coming at me,
Gizmore, if I was an officer in this guild, I had to work with Slady and Venrix and Silver, and Silver was AFK, and he's the only person that has any
Gizmore.
real power in the guild, I would probably. If there's no ability for the officers that are below Silver to do anything to help the guild out to get anything organized other than what you've done already, which is the only action that anybody in officer position has taken,
Yep.
you know, suggestions of what to do. That's you are doing okay. But it's not enough. The other guys got to help participate. It can't just be you doing it.
That's why you have a leadership
I
team.
would have stepped down. I would have said, "Hey, this is fucked up. You need more than one person." That's personally what I would do if I was in that position. No matter how hard
don't
it
give
took.
up on things until I know it's absolutely dead. And I mean, I've been in
mean,
this guild for 6
You're,
years or
you're
so.
not giving up. You're making a protest at a minimum. You're making a statement. You're moving in a different direction. That's not giving up.
So then what it comes down to is that would definitely kill this game and this guild in this game, this chapter, because then who would fill my shoes, and then they would still, the next person to fill my shoes would have the same issue.
Yep.
So I'd rather be able to do something, and I'm trying to do something. But if my efforts are for naught, then that's gonna be a big fuck you to me.
Yep.
And that, I'm not saying a big fuck you to me from Silver, Slady, Venrix. That's a big fuck you to me from everybody. And I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I've worked jobs where I was very unappreciated for doing what I did, but I still did it because it's my job, and this is essentially my job in the guild, in the game. And I'm not going to give up on things. That's why I'm trying to sit here and have a civil conversation about, guys, what can I do to try to improve
We
things?
could
Yeah, it's a
benefit
month
right
into the
now,
game.
immediately, all of us, from a schedule took into consideration, you know, if it was a bot or something that had it all set up so that it time zones it for you or whatever. But
Tiffany did all that shit, unfortunately. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about computer programming.
Yeah. So like when reset is, what dungeons are up, when Golden Plains are, that would be fucking hot as shit.
when
there's a
Golden
calendar in the
Plains
game.
are, when library starts, you know, like stuff
Why
like that.
Golden Plains is important. Everybody needs to do that every day.
On timers. Stuff
It's
like,
I have a question. So like, she stopped playing, but doesn't mean she's not unreachable. I mean, could like
She's
we
not
reach out to
gonna.
her?
No,
She's not going to
gonna
put
do
her
that.
time into this.
No, okay.
She literally left and took the bot with her, as far as I'm aware.
It really comes down to who is more who's better at competitive healing at this point. So,
There are plenty of open source bots you can simply add in your channel. Many of them have timer functions. I think most of them do, actually.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
can,
something
you
that's
can look up a
unobtainable.
bot. Yeah.
I think you just need people willing to put in the time for that right now, and
Yep.
at least from or at least from non-officer position, it feels like that's not the case.
So what kind of PvP events would you guys want? Like you said, CB Tuesdays, Saturdays had set times for set events, and you knew what it was. We all enjoyed that up until the end, apparently.
Personally, Gizmore, I'd like to see everybody with a 6K gear score before we open world PvP.
Yep.
If you're on a boat and you have less than 6K, you're probably going to get your shit
These
stomped.
regularly scheduled events are a solution looking for a problem. It's not a problem right now. The
Well,
problem
by the
is we're
time we all
behind.
get 6K gear score, everybody else is going to be 8K gear score. So by that logic, you'd have to.
Yeah,
We'll
but
never build open world PvP.
there's diminishing returns once you get past like 7 and 8K. It's not that big of a gap, but going from 3, 4, 2K to 6K is a huge gap. It's even bigger for the 9K.
To look at the difference between 6K and 8K right now, it's about 40,000 gold.
Yeah, it's just not something we're going to hit without being part of that exploiter group. And it's really not that much different. So, like, if you look at your gear, like, just look at your gear and look at somebody with 8K gear score, just view their gear and, like, compare your weapon to their weapon. They've
See, I'm
got
a tank. I don't do damage.
Okay, fine. Compare your chest piece to their chest piece. Right? Like, I've got, looking at my chest piece right now, which is like T2 piece of shit, 600 equipment points. I got 153 int. They've got 189. I've got 484 resilience. They've got 586. It's not that much. If you look at how much resilience gives you, it's only an extra 3% more. So it's really a numbers game there. So once you hit 6 or so, you start to even out, and then it's just fluff at that point. At least that was my experience in the past. I don't know if anybody else wants to weigh in on that.
I know from what I've been reading, people say aim for 5.5 just so you can start getting the Abyssal Library gear on people, because they say DPS and healers especially want some of the parts out of there.
Yes. So a lot of people, and I doubt everybody in this guild has a plan to make money.
No.
Like to just print money. I doubt it. I've got a plan, but my plan involves Zayo. I feed Zayo. Zayo gives me gold, and then I fish. That's what I do.
Shit. I just do trade runs and make paper.
See, now if you start making ground grain and feeding it to Zayo, you could also make money. So like there's something that we could do together. Or if we need to, we could get 2 cooks up and running. And if more people made ground grain or whatever, we could then make more buff food. We could then make more things. So if we had 30 people supporting a couple people making those products, dominate a specific market all the time, we would all have, but in this case, the food that we need to do whatever we want to do, plus buff food, plus
After all, no one would challenge you.
And don't forget how important Onyx is. Onyx is like one of the biggest limiting factors in this game, especially because you need an alchemist. You need them to produce higher tier materials.
You need to feed them.
You're always going to need them.
Yeah.
So a guild trade run to get Onyx as much as possible, as long as it's a good deal. Even running it when the trade ship isn't running, that's a good deal.
The problem is stockpiling the Onyx on someone who's reliable enough not to fuck jump ship, like what happened to me. Like literally,
yeah, that's
feeding this person every Onyx run. Like we're doing it as a group. Like we're doing it as a fucking whole family. She reimburses us for the trade run, which is like 31 gold. Okay, it adds up after a while. But then you're making 9 gold per Onyx Archeum pack run because it's 20. So you're saving 9 gold a piece, and if you do it with however many people, you're eventually saving 50 some gold. Saving 100 gold, saving 200 gold. You're producing products. You're literally selling these products to your guildmates at a reduced price because they help you get the Onyx for one, and they make money selling the advanced products that they craft out of the products that you gave them. Now everybody's making money in this chain here. I don't see a problem with it. The only limiting factor would be the Onyx to print like fine leathers, beautifully colored fabrics, and
Cloud sponge
sturdy
shit.
ingots. Sturdy ingot market, like it's pretty small. You could easily take it over with 1,000 gold easily, and control it and put it whatever price you want. Probably like 20 gold is probably.
But I mean, that is the point. That is the kind of conversation we should have as a guild, and it's just not happening because the meeting keeps getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off. And every time somebody says, "Hey, we should have a guild meeting about something," yeah, nothing's
Essentially, I feel
happening.
like this is a meeting right now.
Well, yeah, because we're the guild.
Yeah.
But I think what I want to see is I don't want Gizmore to go to them with our issues. I want a guild meeting so these people can voice their issues. Because I think playing telephone is not the way to go. We haven't had after action reports. We haven't had guild.
Like Gizmo was trying to do after action reports. It's just nobody would fucking listen.
I would love to get really deep into the economics of this thing with people and put together some master plan, but unfortunately, my life in the past in this game was just picking cotton for other people that made things, and they gave me gold, and that was literally my purpose. I ran around killing people. That's
Isn't that what you're doing
basically
right now?
Shh. No, I'm doing more than that. And I've only picked cotton once, all right? And I needed that cotton for some fabric. I don't know. So it wasn't like I wasn't running 3 accounts, picking up, 12 16 by 16s full of cotton for like 2 hours a day at least.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's totally me. Sorry.
Yeah. That hours spent picking cotton, hours on multiple monitors. It was hell.
I mean, I make bundles, and it's still kind of hell. So
Yeah, but I mean, bundles aren't that bad. You've got a couple hours. I was planting individual plants and then picking them up.
They never taught you how to do. They never
Because-
taught you how to do bundles.
Because they wouldn't give me worms. 1, 2, and the bundles give less output than cotton regularly, so there's diminishing returns. So they wanted to get the most money for their seed,
Oh
hence
my
why they wanted
God.
to do single bundles.
I don't know how you signed up for that, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, it was just where it was. I got into a guild and they gave me a fuck ton of gold. They gave me 4,000 gold day 1, so, and said, "You're the cotton guy. Good luck. That's what the new guy does." And then when somebody else new comes in, he'll take over. So that was a good amount of gold to start with. So I just felt personally indebted to them.
How long were you the cotton guy?
About 6 months.
Long time.
Yeah. I'd get a cut of whatever they made, whatever they were selling, too. So it was a pretty decent. I'd probably get about 2 to 3,000 gold a week. So it was a pretty established. The guild itself, it was actually 2 different guilds. Like they had a 1 and a 2 next to their names, completely full. And guild 1 made 1 product, and guild 2 made 1 product, and they made a fuck ton of gold. A fuck ton.
That's what Rai was just talking about, like squaring a market and just like.
It is worse than that, dude. They would only control like what they were building, but then they would buy like everything else out and relist it and fuck around. They had people that were just doing economy stuff, like economic warfare. They called it. They had an economic warfare department in their team speak.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, one guy had a PhD in economics. It's pretty cool, but that's that's the type of shit Pandemic Legion. It's very organized.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm not trying to talk shit about Wright here, but one guy was able to figure it all out for a family and make it all work for them. Granted, his alchemist up
But
and
then
quit,
she
but still.
left.
Oh my God, that was
Still,
such a
it
bad
worked.
day.
Not now. It still worked, but we have a leadership team. None of us were accustomed to the game as it is right now. This figuring out should have happened. There should have been a meeting. There should have been things figuring out, do we want to run trade packs? Do we want to fish? What's going on? None of this has happened. And now we're all doing, let's do these PvP raids, which we're not prepared for. I would be surprised if most of us have even broken 4K gear score right now, because we have so many inactives. I don't know. Just feels like a wasted opportunity, and we're trying to patch it with more PvP events, which don't do anything.
If we want to do a PvP event right now, the 10v10 arena is probably our best bet because it's equalized gear score, and that'll do something. That'll sate that PvP need a little bit, and we'll get our shit pushed in when we're not organized, and it'll force us to change at a minimum. I think that would work, but we should also be doing other things to make people gold. We need to generate a little, not necessarily content, but I guess that's what it is. We need to generate some content for the guild to breathe life into it if we're going to stay here, because we're the only people doing anything. So we can't rely on our officers to support us other than Gizmore. We've got to make the decision to do it if we're going to do it. And that may suck, and it may not be what you guys want to hear, but it may be what we need to do.
But if we need to
I'm
form up
willing
as a
to
group
put
and
in
solve all the
time
problems
to do
ourselves
that.
anyway, why are we still in Tempest Wolves?
To carry the name.
Because it's
Yeah.
trying to fix it.
I don't think it's beyond fixing. I think it's just we have there's a lot of problems that are due to real life things that are going on with people, and that's, like poor Lovin's hands are fucked. Nakai or Tsunami's having existential crisis, whatever. Silver has horrible shit going on. People's family members are dying. Shit happens. Got it. Those people can't be here to help us. Let's help ourselves by organizing things. Why not?
Again, I'm trying to see whether guild factors into this. Do we want to include Delphus because he's a good guy? He's probably down for it too.
Marauder, the way I see it is that if as long as we start trying to change things, and when Silver comes back, we'll be able to. I'm sure we'll be able to get changes after Silver's back.
Agreed.
I didn't know he was going through shit, and my interactions with him back in CB and at the beginning of this thing were wonderful. I think he was doing a great job for the most part.
Yes.
And he actually took criticism quite well, but he's got problems going on. And the way the dictatorship that is Tempest Wolves currently, he has all the power. There's no delegation there. So if once we talk to him about these type of things, I'm sure that we can find a common ground or not, and then we can just fucking up and leave. I mean, whatever it may be, whatever we decide to do there. So up until then, one more week, let's get our shit together and see if we can't post in the Discord. Maybe we'll hold a meeting and try to get people together to do stuff. Let's try to organize it. Let's fill in as best we can. That's what we.
And for me personally, after Thursday or Friday, I'm gonna try to do that a lot more myself, and try to get something going all day long, even if it's something stupid.
I'll be with you. I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. I have to do one thing for an hour on Thursday. I got to go to a meeting. But other than that, I've got 4 days off for the next 3 months every week.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat.
So we can suck each other off in the early morning and whatever it may be, and get something going. Start our spreadsheet madness. Does anybody else want to help me and Zhao do this type of thing? Right? I know you'd be down. Better than grinding.
I have to grind. That is the only thing. That's unfortunate.
I'll even help you grind for an hour a day, you bastard.
I'll help with, PvP events.
Right, I'll be able to help you in a second. Give me a second.
I don't know. I think that a bot would help us the most. Someone who knows how to do that shit, though. I don't, or I would have done it already because it's efficient.
Again, lots of free open source Discord bots available.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have so much time I could probably look into that. And check
But the thing is, we don't have access because we're not leaders.
Yeah, but we have access to a leader who could probably do something.
We could talk to Silver, right? Like what Jack said earlier. As soon as we talk to Silver about this, I do not doubt with how it's been over the years.
I should be able to type ! Event schedule, and it should be translated into my time zone. I should look and I'd be like, oh, an hour from now, library starts, or maybe I should fish for these 2 hours because there's literally nothing going on. And it looks like, oh, this rift is happening. So if I wanted to go for a rift, get some honor there.
And look, if there's nothing going on in the events and we're gonna go, like, people have an interest to go fishing, let's advertise, say, hey, who doesn't know how to do sport fishing and has some labor, or who wants to print some fucking money? Come with me. Let me take you under my wing and show you how to do it. I've got a boat. Let's go. If it blows up, you owe me some sand, but other than that, we're good to go.
Yeah, the time in between events, you'd want to do like the family pack trade run, obviously for 20 onyx.
10v10.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, 10v10s are good.
You want to
run.
fish?
We need
Go
to
get some
do
dragon
Abyssal
essence.
as a
Do
guild.
10v10.
We have 3 galleons that aren't being used.
2 if Nikai doesn't come back.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, Abyssal's
On
the
it
thing we
now,
need to
1 sec.
do. We needed to do 100v100. We need to do like there's so many PvP things we're not doing. That's why like Wright's saying he's right. And a bot would be very because people
We
don't
need the
even know about these
timers.
events. Slay didn't know about arenas until like 2 weeks ago.
God. I remember when he was like, we're all going to get our shit pushed in arenas. I was like, Slady, it's equalized gear. And he's like, what? No.
Yeah, I mean, like this is why we need a guild meeting because people don't know what there is to do, and that's why nothing's happening. And there hasn't been a guild meeting for a month now. That's unheard of for Tempest Wolf.
In a game that's all about starting.
Yes, like this is like the most crucial time we should have been meeting every. Even Silver announced there's going to be a core meeting every 2 weeks, but that never happened.
I suggested a week to Silver. I was like, we should do this every Friday or every Saturday, like 1 30-minute session, talk about what we're doing this week, and then move on and, vote or move people who aren't active because we need really active people to make it work.
Even I was asking if there was something like that going on, and I'm completely new to the guild. I was like, this feels like something where family heads should be getting together and having meetings every week to pass down information to their families.
That would be a wonderful idea too.
And the only information people are getting is within the people that you play with, and then, the off information, you go to another channel and then you blow up your propeller.
I mean, it was also brought up earlier when I think it was Loomis actually. He said, "Oh, we already form up for fishing." Yeah, if I sit all day in the Discord and listen to people ramble about shit that's not at all relevant to me, then maybe I'll be informed if fishing is happening.
Yeah, the reason why I came over here today was because Slady was talking about things I just couldn't stand hearing his voice after a while. He was saying some crazy shit. I just couldn't deal with it. That's why I hid here this morning and haven't gone back. I just couldn't. If that's
No, I get you.
But
Hey guys,
what?
I'm sorry, but we're now ranked 49 out of we were like 56, 57.
yeah, I
Hey,
upgraded my one hand. You're welcome.
I upgraded my weapon too. So yay.
Yeah, Coda got his weapon to T3.
Yeah, mine's on top 50, baby.
I'm so broke.
I'm still T0 except for 2 fucking pieces of equipment. Every time
You mean
my
tier
weapon
1?
I have done, I'm tier 1. All right, fine. I could push to tier 3 if I could get the damn scrolls for the just the regular one.
So you're saying we need to do Haram dailies every day?
I have been.
I have been doing.
You literally should try to do them every day. It's not like you have, but you're going to end up using those scrolls and those infusions when you have the money to spend.
I've got 200 radiant scrolls. I have 200 the celestial ones, and I have 1 of the T1 scroll.
But
free tempers it gives you.
I mean, unless you guys want to continue talking, I just think what we should do is do both. So, like, let's look for guilds we want to join and what they do, like talk to them, and then also at the same time, what Jack and Zaur suggested, I guess, is what I would be doing. I'm gonna look for both options out. If that makes sense.
It does. Gotta
Yep.
seek out fun.
Because I think, you know, obviously can't change the guild if we don't tell, people things, but I still want to, I don't want to wait another week to change things, I guess. So I want to find options while we're waiting for that meeting so that we can actually voice it to, people is what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm extremely done with the whole another week rigmarole. I've had it. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you what I think about Jackson Sale's plan because I'm still misty about what it actually is. And I don't know about getting a bot maybe in the family Discord or whatever. I don't fucking know. At the moment, my whole thing is just I want to pour gasoline on the entire thing and just walk away.
But that's not giving a solution to the problem.
It's a solution for me.
I know, but that's not how you fix the situation.
Pursuit of
If
my own
that's your
happiness.
solution,
Pursuit of my own happiness is the priority. I spent a month trying to help the guild. I'm over
I'm
it.
sorry then. All right, my bad.
yeah, if that's his solution, then you can't. There's no stopping that, right? Like if that's your choice, Marauder. Go for it. We'll be here. I think we're. I know at least I personally will be here, and I'm going to try to keep, the Tempest Wolf alive for now. Because I still have faith in Silver.
I mean, right now it's just a name. It's not a guild in the game, though. Like,
But I know Tempest Wolves can be the fucking top again. We can do that shit.
I'm very enthusiastic when people ask me to have faith.
I mean, it's possible, but people would have to get the shit together like now.
I mean, Frost, Marauder, this is Jack, of course. He's quite drunk on wine. I'm like the most cynical person besides Ataturk. You gotta admit that. I'm paranoid as fuck when we go out in PvP and everything else. I'm a clothy. It's natural. I think I can give it another week.
that being said, still looking for guilds, though. Like,
Yeah. Hedge our fucking bets.
I don't really have an answer to give on that.
I love you. How's that?
I have an answer to that, and that's later, baby.
There we go.
Look,
not now.
I love everybody in this channel. Like, none of you people, even Coda, I was for a while, Coda got really hard on my nerves. But even I came around on him.
Damn.
Like,
You guys all want to get together and do a 10v10?
no,
We
There's
have a
9 of
hug.
us that can play.
but it's just, at the moment, every time I log in and I see the Tempest Wolves over my head, I feel embarrassed because I got my best friend into it because of what we did in CB and how awesome it was. And I'm embarrassed with what it is now. I'm embarrassed to have the name. I'm embarrassed with the leadership team. I think Gizmo at least tries. I think that makes him the only one out of, 4 total? That's a fucking disgrace. I'm ashamed of this guild right now. And the fact that nothing is happening and everything that could possibly happen gets pushed week after week after week. I'm at the end of my rope here. And I realize some people don't see that and they want to believe in the great good that could come at the end of it. Sure, fine, whatever. Have fun. That's not how I roll.
You gotta do
Yeah,
what makes you happy, friend.
Yeah, in the end, you proved me wrong. Just do you, buddy.
I think it'd be cruel to ask, even though I consider us friends, it'd be cruel to say, oh, dude, stick around because, we'll push through it. Like, if you don't feel like we can, dude, go have some fun. It's a fucking video game.
It's not cruel to ask for a week. I think my revulsion to the idea is just because what tells me there's not going to be another fucking week.
Yeah, it's been asked before. This is literally the last one that I'm gonna tolerate for myself, and then I'll probably move on, which I'm sure we all will probably move on if nothing changes.
Yeah, I expect, excuse me, I expect Silver to do something. Like, if I didn't have that feeling, then I'd have a
The
different opinion.
only reason I'm okay with the week is because I want to spend time looking for a good option. I don't want to just jump into another guild. That's the only reason why I'm okay with the week, because it gives me time to find a guild.
We heard you the first time, Loomis.
I'm just trying to. I just want other people who are looking to help me out here in looking, because I don't know what everybody else wants in terms of.
Sure.
Well, Slacks, you tend to be the voice of reason in my head.
What does Ad Turk and Snack think? They haven't talked much.
I'm just
Well, I know Turk and I have both talked about other guilds before, and Turk, do you mind if I quote you?
Yeah.
You do mind?
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. He was saying at this point, if we have to start Ming, he doesn't mind. And honestly, I can see what he means. As I said, I feel like I'm looking at other guilds, and I don't know if I'm going to wait the entire week, but I'm also not trying to rush into a guild. I'm talking with people. I'm trying to see what they're doing. I'm trying to see what stuff is out there. And if I do get an invite into something that seems like they're actually, have their shit together and actually are doing stuff, I'm going to try bringing, some people with me, because there's some of you guys that, well, honestly, all of you guys that I like, for the most part anyway. Some of you,
All right, I gotta step in. I can't, in good conscience, sit here and condone trying to poach. I've never been a fan of, and I think that's kind of what you were saying. Like, you may not have the intention of poaching members, but coming and saying, "Hey, this guild's better. Come join it." I cannot necessarily, in good conscience, sit here and say, while you guys are like in this public forum, while I'm here. If I'm not here, by all means, talk about that.
Well,
shit.
hold on. We're talking about the people in here. We're not telling other people in the guild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where I was. It's still, I mean,
No, Gizmore, it's
still
only the
technically.
two-
I mean, technically,
it's
everybody's still in Tempest. Like, I can't.
I mean,
in good
I could
conscience say
fix
poach
that if
members
you
of
want,
Tempest.
and then fucking poach people on the non-Tempest full server if you're really gonna start going that way. But anyway,
You
this is the
can't
two
blame
most
me
active
for.
families
I feel
talking about
obligated.
leaving and
Yes,
talking
okay.
about other guilds.
Again,
So,
it's part of my job to sit here and say I cannot condone that.
Yeah, that's fine. But we're
Alright,
not talking
fine.
about that. We're
we'll
talking
take
about
it
the
up
people.
at the next core meeting. How's that sound, Gizmore?
You guys do you.
Hold
I
on,
know.
guys.
I have a feeling half you won't even be there.
Please stop. When he was
And
saying
stop.
taking people he likes, he meant the people that are thinking about leaving already, not going to random guildies and be like, "Hey, you want to join us?" He's talking about the people in here. We're not poaching anyone.
Yeah, I'd be, trying to get, because again, I know some of you guys are considering the same thing. I'd be trying to get you guys into, because as we said, it'd be nice to move together. If that can't happen, we'll talk about it and we'll figure out what's going to happen,
All right, that's like I said. I thought you were talking about poaching other people.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, Turk, the floor is yours.
Okay.
I don't think Wesley was finished though.
All right, Wesley, go.
Yeah, as I said, I think I am finished. I'm going to.
Okay.
I
thought it
don't
was
know if it's going to be
interrupted.
the whole
My bad.
week. It's just going to be, looking for people, and if a good offer comes up, a good offer comes up,
Yeah. All right, never mind. Go ahead, Editor.
Okay. So, just listening to everybody talking. I mean, you guys all know that I was trying to, I think, before anybody else, because like I'm all into PvP. I'm into gear score. I mean, you guys can vouch that I haven't been fishing. I haven't been doing PvE stuff. I haven't been doing dungeons. I've been just grinding like crazy to get gear score, go PvP solo. If I can find somebody to go with, I go with PvP with somebody. I'm not seeing that in this guild, and Snacks out of all the people can vouch that there's a lot of people that are on the server from Olo that know me, that want me to join their guild and all that other jazz and all that other schnazzle, whatever the fuck is going on with that, right? So it's not like I don't have any open doors that I can go to that I know that I can feel comfortable with joining, because I know what they're I know that that guild knows what they're doing, because they've been playing since Legacy and still been playing up to this point. I guess really what's stopping me from going from one place to another is you guys, because at the end of the day, we came over from CB. We've been good friends. We've all had our ups and downs. We fought. I've yelled at Frost like the first week of this fucking game launching. That was interesting. I've never done that before. So it's like it's almost like, there's a bond that I don't want to see disappear. And it sucks to see that everybody wants to quit Tempest Wolf, along with myself. But it also sucks to say, when is it going to get fixed? You know what I mean? Like Marauder said, it's been week after week after week after week. And I don't know. To me, right? If you asked me this question, hey, we're leaving, you coming with me? And you asked me that question yesterday, I would have said, okay, yeah, I'm packing my shit, let's go. After hearing everybody talk today, after hearing that McLovin's gonna be quitting, after hearing maybe we're not gonna have Tsunami basically after today, and hearing that Marauder might be going to possibly EU and Snacks possibly just changing to a whole different guild altogether, Gizmore being under the stress that he's been under, Silver going through the BS that he's been going through, and it's going to sound crazy because I've talked to everybody in this channel individually at one point or another, stating the fact that, hey, I want to switch. I want to change guilds. I want to get this shit done and over with. But after hearing everybody talk, I mean, if my word means anything, after hearing everybody talk, I am going to surprisingly give Gizmore the opportunity to talk to Silver, give Gizmore the opportunity to talk to Slady, and give Gizmore the opportunity to talk to Vent, and give TW another whole solid week to see if I can get this, ball rolling and see if we can actually fix anything remotely. But after a week, because this is pretty much, I mean, I'm at the end of the line like everybody else. I mean, it's just, I'm beyond pissed off, because how TW ended up because of poor management. This is taking a lot for me to say this because I can move on right now, just get the shit done and over with. But the thing that's holding me back is the fact that you guys, I love playing with you guys. I love talking with you guys. You guys are fucking fabulous.
Yeah.
So if it means giving this one more week for our sake, so we can stay together, so we don't just go in billions of other directions, then I say fuck it. I'll hold down my end. I'll try to help as much as possible within this week. But literally after this week, if shit doesn't fucking start rolling at a certain speed that I think that's going to make us succeed, then all hope 100% is completely lost. And I hope it works out. I hope everything works out because, like I said, it sucks that we're losing McLovin. It sucks that we're losing Tsunami. Maybe losing Tsunami. But I don't want us to just fall apart. You know what I mean? I think, if anything, like Snack said, we can go together somewhere. I know Gizmore, you can't. You're obligated to complete the job that was given to you. But if there is a possibility that we can all still stay together and have fun and fix the problem, am I willing to wait another week after all the weeks that I've waited? After hearing everybody talk? Yes. And I mean, that's pretty much it on my end. So I'll give it another week and I'll take Gizmore's word that he'll go and make this vocal to the rest of the people that need to know what's going on. And hopefully they'll smarten up and realize what's happening and realize that the core members that are holding this chapter together are pretty much at the end of their ropes. And I hope that makes a difference, and I hope that it all works out, and I hope that we can still be in this guild as a collective of friends and have fun going, forward from here pretty much. And if it doesn't, then, some of us will go one direction, some of us will go another direction. It'll just be another chapter in our gaming lives. And then, like how I keep running into all the people from Legacy a long time ago, and Snacks keeps saying, hey, dude, I think I found somebody else, and it ends up being somebody else. Like, I don't want that to happen, but if it comes down to it, it's just, I guess you want to call it the gamer life, but I want that to be the last option, the option I want to avoid as much as possible. Because the time that we've spent together, it, to me at least, is meaningful. Because you guys are an amazing group of people. And if I can avoid doing that, I'm going to try my darnest. And I know you guys are all at the end of your ropes. And I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want you guys to feel pressured. This is just my view on how I look at everything at the moment after hearing everybody talk. So
So heartwarming coming from the guy that said love doesn't exist.
It doesn't. There's only one emotion, and it's hunger.
I mean, as a matter of full disclosure, my EU thing is not to plan a move over to EU. I really don't want to spend time with Germans. I'm sure you can all agree on that.
We can all relate. We won that war twice, all right?
I'm spending time on EU because it's a consequence-free environment, right? I can separately claim my dilly there. I can separately use labor pools. I don't lose anything on the main, I guess, account if I dick around on EU for a while. Now, I do have an outstanding offer from Puka and the gang if I want to move to Jurgen West, which I actually kind of want to do, because yes, I never get over the fact that we're East. Yes, I hate it here. And every single day is a reminder of that, and that isn't fucking helping.
God, West life is so much easier than East life, too.
Now, I'm gonna agree with... I cannot believe the words coming out of my mouth here. Turk's reasonable statement. I'm gonna say, okay, a week. But this is it. Monday, the Monday that is coming after this one we're currently, getting done with. If nothing has changed by Monday, or even worse, if Gizmo talks to Slady and Venrix, and Slady decides to sass me over it, fuck this place. I'm done. They can have a week. That's the last one.
I love you, Frost.
So everybody in this channel, right? Knowing what everybody has said, knowing how everybody feels, I personally want to request everybody to just give it 100% this week. See what we can accomplish, or see what we can accomplish, and then we can finally have one last thing. We can either come back together and say, holy shit, we've made a fucking huge turnaround, or we come together and say, holy shit, we made it worse.
This
So
bitch dead.
So this bitch is completely, like, it's gonna be two conversations. Either this bitch is dead, or it's she's still breathing, and we've improved so far in a whole week. Okay, and just everybody, just give it 100%. This is the last hurrah, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least we can say we tried. We didn't just fucking disappear. You know what I mean? And I guess we can do it for us for this week to see if we can stay together as a group of friends, and not split up so fast out of nowhere, and go from there pretty much.
Does anybody want to get together tomorrow with me besides Frost? I mean, Frost, you're more than welcome to come along too. I'm not saying I'm excluding you or anything. I'm saying, does anybody want to get together tomorrow morning, maybe like around 11 a.m. if they can, or later or throughout the day, so that we can start putting together maybe a bot, etc. and so forth. I'll be on at 11 a.m. sharp, and start putting stuff down on paper, what times things are, and then I'll need help researching bots and getting everything that we want the bot to do in order, because if nobody's going to do it, I might as well fucking do it. I can program. I
Okay.
could build one if I fucking need to.
I'll be on after 9 p.m. Tomorrow, but
Okay.
in the
Still be online probably.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to do a little spreadsheet for PvP that, like, basically, like, not PvP, but for people that want to grind honor, because honor is obviously one of the main components of this fucking game, and it's really fucking
Sweet.
cancerous.
I won't touch
So-
honor shit. That's on you then. And
Okay.
we'll put it all together and make a presentation or something for everybody.
So I'll basically get all that sorted out as far as whoever wants to make honor without fucking going into extreme detail, but it'll be basic detail, and everyone can follow the fucking directions, and pretty much you could be level fucking 4K gear score and still make 1K honor by just running around doing absolutely dick all. So I'll get that going. I'll make sure that everybody's on board, everybody's on the same page, so everyone could be doing casual honor grind without having to do, like, the dailies, or if they miss the dailies, they can still go get some honor from somewhere. But basically, if you feel like you can contribute to what's happening tonight, just speak up, and then we can make a list of things that people want to help work on.
Yeah, I'm going to be on literally all day tomorrow. So as people come in and out, if you want to put some time in putting things together, going over what we have, looking at what we're putting together, we can all do that together. That's fine.
I have
So-
3 accounts worth of labor I'm willing to dedicate. I have 3 farms placed right now. I can place 2 more without compromising myself. I have them ready, by the way, the 16 by 16s. So I can definitely contribute to whatever we're planning, but we need to actually, plan something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, you guys can take care of it because I can't be on until 9 p.m. tomorrow. It's pretty fucking out
That's
there.
fine.
I could be on the meeting.
Right in Coda, you guys are all about econ.
Don't forget we have PvP raid tomorrow.
Yeah. You have right? You still in here?
He is. Yeah.
So you and Wright could work on maybe a basic list of things that people can do that they can make money on by just not using labor. Like, for example, buying, selling. Let me make it maybe a simple list so people can start making and accumulating gold, basic ways without spending any labor. You know what I mean? Like a small spreadsheet. That doesn't mean you have to be too much in
Yeah.
detail. So, if we all contribute little things here and there, it'll make the gameplay easier and it'll help people out in the long run, slowly or in a rapid pace, depending on how much effort we put into this. But the more little things that we keep contributing, the better it's going to make it for everybody else's time in TW.
I mean,
Now,
speaking of that, Turk, like today, I made probably about 500 gold total today. I've thrown it all into my gear. With my alt, just looking at the market, buying a T1 item like ore or wood, and then turning it into lumber. I spent labor, but I'm averaging about 50 silver labor or so. So that's not terrible. It's just because ore dropped crazily. It was like a silver a pop for iron ore. So it was 3 silver to make it, and they were selling for 50 silver a pop earlier today. So that was fucking crazy. But stuff like that we can put together.
Yeah,
Like what things are needed for everybody.
Yeah, like snacks. Remember that long conversation I had with you about making money and getting gear up and stuff like that? Remember?
Yeah.
So obviously, there's people in this channel that do stuff other than don't nobody take this the wrong way, please, because I know there's going to be a lot of people offended in here.
Fuck you, editor.
There's just give it to me beforehand. But there's a lot of other things that you could be doing besides fishing to be making gold without spending labor. There's a lot of opportunities out there, even for people that don't have ults. There's a lot of opportunities for you to be making gold without spending labor. And labor, if you ask me, is the most basically rare thing that you can come across right now. Labor fucks you in every single corner possible. So if we can put more and more of that information out, it'll make it easier for everybody else to be making gold. So write in Coda, if you guys can please just make a small spreadsheet. You don't have to go too much in details to help people out. I can help you contribute to that because I'm also doing something along the lines of what you guys are doing, and we can basically get this fucking ball rolling. And Gizmore, obviously you have one task, which is talk to Slady, ask him what the fuck he wants to do, and vent what the fuck he wants to do. And when Silver gets back, or 3-4 days from now, just notify Silver what's going on, and then just get back to us as soon as possible to to let us know what's going on. It'll make our situation better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I ask one thing? Like, I'm all down for what we're doing, but
Wow.
we
Is
said,
it the one?
we said
Perfect great sword.
Sorry.
God damn.
Literally.
we said 1 week, right? Does that mean after the meeting? Because that 1 week is on Monday. Are we like, what's our cutoff point here?
So
Like, how do we calculate the change that we need to see, or
If nothing positive has happened by Sunday, I'm going to conclude nothing positive is going to happen. I'm just going to go.
You mean Monday, or
No, I mean Sunday.
By end of service.
End of Sunday. Yep. When I'm going to bed on Sunday, nothing has changed. And the first thing I do Monday morning is dropping Tempest Wolves.
okay?
So we'll get this ball rolling tomorrow. We'll see how far we can get without any sort of leadership intervention, besides Gizmore, obviously. We'll see how far we can take this and how much the current leadership wants to change to bend to basically how the guild's changing. And then go from there. I mean, Gizmore being the lone leader that he is at the moment, we're just gonna have to see, Gizmore, if you're gonna be able to pull this off and see what you're gonna be able to do with Slady and Vent while Silver
I'm
is
not really
here.
good at making PowerPoints or fucking spreadsheets.
I can help you out with that. Just let me know.
Dude, I lived
Well-
that life for years in the Navy. I'm good. Will be.
Oh God, yeah, my life. too.
My issue with Gizmore talk, like, yeah, I want Gizmore to talk to Slade and everything, but if we really want like 100% our like voiced opinion, we have to talk to about in the meeting on Monday. I don't think doing a telephone thing is gonna work.
Okay, so what you're suggesting is give it till Monday so we can all sit down and reflect on what we did that week and possibly get some sort of intel regarding what Slady and Vent are going to say.
Yeah, so just Gizmore still talk to them, and like let's see if change happens through the week. But technically, a week from now is that Monday. So, like, I just want to make sure your guys' voices are said in a meeting one-on-one instead of telling one person and then that one person telling them.
I understand it's also unfair that we're putting this on Gizmo right now. Because
That's another thing. Yeah.
He's basically the only one who can reach him. And I'm not saying if Gizmo fucks this up, I'm done. That's ridiculous. But I mean, this is a leadership team. If he brings up something to Slady and Slady doesn't respond, we have our fucking answer.
So we're going to leave it to Gizmore. I guess we don't have any other options right now. Because if you put me in a channel with Slady, I'm going to start with Delphus. And I'm going to work my way up. And I don't think anybody wants me to do that. So
you're not the only one ready for a fight with Slady, trust me.
I want to see it.
So with that being said, Gizmore being in the position that he accepted, we're going to give him basically a responsibility that he's going to be able to handle because he accepted the role. I mean, he's going to have to do it. He's the only leader that's doing anything at the moment. And just cross our fingers and see what happens. If Slady gives Gizmore shit and Slady says, you can go fuck yourself, I'm not going to do anything, or Vent says, you can go fuck yourself, I'm not going to do anything, then Gizmore has to make the decision about, all right, these two fuckwits don't want to do anything, they shouldn't be in an officer position. There you go. A is resolved. Now let's move to B. Now we have to fill their positions, and we have to go through with basically we have to roll the ball, and Gizmore has to figure out what's going to happen with Slady and Vent if they give him answers that he personally doesn't like. Because he's the only one doing leadership things. Who else are we going to trust?
You guys just want me to go? I'm just making sure I got this. I'm trying to fucking scribble down some notes here, like make sure I got notes and everything ready because I don't want to go in this unprepared. You guys want me to talk to him about doing shit more as a guild? Like, i.e. getting to improve ourselves as a guild. Not just necessarily doing more PvP events, but doing stuff to further ourselves to, I guess, better. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Well,
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? Can I just say one thing? If anybody in the channel disagrees, please speak up by all means.
I disagree.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people aren't going to have the same feelings. But so as far as Ventric goes, right? Vent, whatever his name is.
Ben, yeah.
Okay. I personally don't want him in an officer position because of he doesn't do jack dick. Okay. Now, Slady, if you would ask me, hey, what do you want me to tell Slady? I personally want you to tell him that if he doesn't start pulling his fucking weight and doing what he was doing for TW and CB in Arcade, he can also step down and he can go fuck himself. He can be in the fucking guild, but he's not going to be in an officer position and making decisions whenever he feels like it. Those are my two opinions on those two people.
I mean, purely from my perspective, is what Slady's doing at the moment is whatever he wants to do right now is something he will add everybody on the channel for. And if they don't want to go, then they don't want to go. He doesn't schedule anything. He doesn't try to coordinate with anybody. He doesn't address any of the issues. He doesn't talk about purging inactives. All of that came from you. You're the only one lifting the weights at the moment, and it's ridiculous because this is not a one-person job. You probably experienced that yourself. I want Slady to step up or fuck off. If he can't take the leadership role because he can't be fucked to coordinate people, then he shouldn't have the leadership role.
What's a damn cooking station when you need one?
So does everybody understand the basics around how I feel and how Marauder feels about Slady and Vent? Does anybody have any sort of complaints about how we should approach these two problems?
I don't think it's right to have Gizmore go the only way to talk to them.
No,
I want
it's
him
not.
to talk to him, but I think we should also talk to it in the meeting on Monday.
Yeah, of course. But
If
I'm just
there is
saying,
one.
he
Well,
wants.
I'm not going to talk to them about them needing to pull their weight. I think that should come from you guys. It would sound better coming from you guys. However, I will talk to them about people are upset.
Okay, but you remember how you asked us what you want us to tell them? If you want to put it on me, be like, hey, this fucking guy just said this. I think you should change it. I think that if one member feels like
I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm not going to say Frost, Turk, and Jack all said,
me a
fuck
favor.
you guys.
Say it, because I want him to get into the channel so I can talk about Delphus. I've
Okay.
been looking for this opportunity.
Let's say he doesn't want to say it. All right, fine. How about pushing them to have a guild meeting before Monday? Because issues need addressing that are kind of getting pretty urgent right now.
Well, what it's going to come down to is I won't be there then. Tuesday's the last day I'm free at night till Monday. And I'm all for if y'all want to have a guild meeting run by Slady and Venrix. I
Yeah.
won't be there.
I mean, that would be one of the moments where they can actually take their leadership role. I will, of course, record it. You have the VOD, as always.
What day would, like, Friday?
Any day of the week.
Saturday? Meeting this weekend.
But
This
you got to
week.
make sure Slady and Vent show up.
I'm telling them that you guys want a meeting.
Because the meeting
that's
that's
what I'm gonna
scheduled
tell.
right now is a vote meeting. That's not gonna help anything.
Yeah, it has to be a mandatory show up or get lost. Don't bullshit. I mean, pretty much this meeting is gonna, is gonna basically show if this chapter survives or not. I mean, it's pretty important if you ask me. But
I'm obviously going where you guys do. You're the only people in the guild I actually play with.
so
Right, this guy's honest.
and
He's
if
being silly.
like I said, if it means just clamping down and holding my breath for a week, so it gives me a higher percentage of playing with you guys and not just everybody spreading apart, I'm gonna do that. So we're just gonna try
So
our
I'm going to tell them
damnedest.
also straight up that we got several members talking about leaving the guild.
Should preface
Yeah.
that with core members too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now
this
here's
is-
the thing.
new
You know,
guys.
I guarantee you that they're going to come. Somebody's going to come at it with a fine, fuck them. Then that's also going to, that's probably going to be the
Yeah, I know,
reaction.
so it's gonna be Slady. Yeah, I know.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in this situation. I've never really experienced this situation before. I'm not sure what's going to happen if you guys say I'm not playing with Tempest Wolves during Arcage. If that means you're gonna are you guys planning to leave Tempest Wolves as a whole, or an Arcage?
It depends on
Because
how
that's
dick
two
you
different
should
things.
be.
That's two different things there.
I personally will be leaving Tempest Wolves in Arcage. Now, for some odd reason, if I decide to quit Arcage and I want to play a game that Tempest Wolves is playing, but I realize that Slady and Vent are still in the positions they are, fuck that, I'm not coming back.
Yep.
I can give two fucks.
I'm
if-
Because
I'm in the
telling
same
you right
boat.
now. Sorry, Frost. Go ahead.
I'm in the same boat, and I don't think. I mean, you're not trying. I don't think you're trying to intimidate us here. Just trying to alert us to the consequence they might take. But if they say, "Oh, if he doesn't want to put up with our shit in Arcage, then he has to go," okay, well, fine, fucking kick me. Intimidation has no effect on me from some stupid fucking nerd on the internet.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, if Slady doesn't want to go back to CB Slady, then I don't see TW moving forward. It'll just be hindered by his situation. As far as Vent goes, if Vent wants to be an officer, he's gonna have to play the game that TW is in right now, which is Arcage. So if that's like saying let's have Tiff around, but she doesn't have to show up for anything and she doesn't have to play the game, but she's gonna make all our decisions, like how we pick this server and this side because Ming's gonna be here and then disappear. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
So,
Well,
what I was trying to get at though is
technically Ming didn't come here.
Whatever. Basically, you guys know what I mean as far as what happened with Tiff. It's just an example. If
All right. What I was trying to say though is what it comes down to is if this is our active chapter in the game, this is unprecedented to me as far as I'm aware. If you I don't know if you say I'd like to still be in Tempest Wolves, just not in the Tempest Wolves in this game. I don't know what that's going to cause, what kind of issues or anything like that.
Fine.
Like it make you essentially what I'm saying is you may be kicked from Tempest Wolves as a whole.
No. They don't kick core members unless all the core members vote unanimously or to vote them
But
out.
this has not happened. Something like this has not happened where we're
You know
still
why?
heavily
That's
active in
true.
the game and everybody leaves.
you know why it hasn't happened? Because has Indo left before? It's a special situation. This is a one in a lifetime situation for TW.
Indo has taken breaks. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
he's taking breaks, and this is where
Okay.
Silver's been. So it's think of it Indo taking an indefinitely an indefinite leave. I cannot fucking talk. So what I'm just saying is I've never experienced this before. I don't want you to be shocked at the fact that you may be kicked from Tempest Wolves. Again, thank you, Frost, for understanding. I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to make everybody aware of the possible consequences of what could come out of this.
I don't
Let's
think
put it
that'll
this way.
happen, dude. You don't
Let-
have to play on a specific chapter and remain in core or in T.
No, but what I'm saying is what if it'd be if you were to leave, and I know a lot of people want to go west, all of a sudden, what if you go, not saying you would, what if you leave, go win west, and now you still have access to our Discord, you essentially have access to our things, you may be
I got
prohibited
it.
from some channels.
I got it. Okay.
What if I already have a Wind West character?
I mean, I do too. I'm playing on one right now.
See,
Okay.
there you go. Fucking
But
spy.
I'm still playing with
Okay.
Tempest.
So if it comes down to this is just me speaking because yeah. Okay. So if it comes down to, because I know Slade is gonna give a smart ass remark because I know Slady. I know how he fucking operates. I haven't known him as long, you guys, but I've read him like a book so far, and it's fantastic. It's a great read. So I know he's going to come out with a smart. Oh well, if that's going to happen, he can just leave TW. If that's the case, and it takes one person, and that one person being Slady, to go through that vote, then that's fine, man. I mean, if it's literally comes down to Slady making that decision, and I end up getting kicked, that hey, fuck it. At that point, I wouldn't even want to stay if it really. That's how fucking powerful Slady is with his decisions. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Slady can be a good guy. He can focus and he can lead
Yeah,
for
he
the
used
most
to be
part.
great.
So if he goes back to old Slady, you won't hear me talking shit. I'm only talking shit because of what's going on. But like I said, if this leads to me being kicked out of TW because of my decision of leaving the chapter in Arcage, and he's the sole reason why I'm getting kicked out because Silver and Gizmore have no say, then that's fine. He can.
So he
kick me
doesn't
out.
supersede Silver. Silver has final say.
That's fine. But like I said, if Silver or him, if they decide to kick me because I want to leave the chapter because the leadership doesn't want to take charge and make the chapter better than what it is, or doesn't want to basically make the members happy, then that's fine. They can make that decision.
And like I said, I agree with people. I don't foresee that you being kicked out of the guild because, as other people have said, like we've had people quit. I quit Tempest Wolves when we were in Guild Wars 2. Like I left them and I played with a couple other people. I didn't really play much, but I was on like once a month, and I was on a different server. I couldn't see myself investing the gold and the real life money rather to transfer. Okay. Like, so I don't foresee it. I just want you guys to be aware that could unfortunately come. I will fight for you guys not to do that, and I sound like a fucking politician here, but like I will fight for you. No taxation without representation. But I don't know how much influence I'm gonna have. I have a lot, I think.
Okay, well, I just want to say something. I'm sorry for cutting you out. That's why I'm saying, I know you keep saying that you don't want to bring any names into it, right? But I don't want to speak for anyone in the channel. There might be people in the channel that don't want to say something that's on their mind that might contact you later on. So everything that I've stated is my personal feeling about what's going on.
And real quick on that note, I do want everybody to know that if you do have something you want to say and you don't want to publicly say it in this channel, please do feel free to DM me, and I will, if you want, I will bring it up and not mention your name. However, I'm not going to mention any names also because if you want, if you want to bring something you don't care if your name's attached to it, then you, by all means, you can DM Silver or Slady and Venrix, and even Silver at a later date.
I already DM'd Silver. I've been DMing him for about a month.
So
we've been talking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys want to do something, I'd rather you attach your name to it than me attach your name to it.
Okay, so with that being said, to finish my sentence, right? With that being said, I don't want to talk for anyone in the channel, and you clearly know my stance, and you clearly know that if I get kicked out for something as fucking minuscule as this, I wouldn't call it minuscule. I mean, it's almost like a mass exodus, but not a mass exodus out of a chapter. Like you said, this could possibly ruin the chapter for fucking TW. But you know my stance. You know that I know the risks attached to it. And I'm telling you right now, you have full permission to tell them exactly how I feel. And then after the fact, add, I don't think he's the only person that feels this way. I think you need to attach a name. I don't think you should just go in there. There's a couple of people that I think I'd rather have you not do that. I'd rather have you say, the fucking Turkish dude is pissed off. And I don't think he's the only fucking, and this is exactly what he said, word to word. And I think people might agree with him. I want you to go in there with your fucking guns blazing. And if it comes out to Slady saying, fuck that guy, I'm going to go into the channel, tell him that he's an asshole for kicking Deltas, and then I'm going to leave myself.
Well,
it's not that hard.
Realize that will cause them to be like, well.
Wait, Deltas got kicked from the guild?
No, I'm sorry, from the family.
What happened was.
I remember, I think, reading about that drama.
Okay.
He made room for alts or whatever.
If you ask him, nothing happened. What were we saying, McLovin?
Give me 1 second.
I mean, you can feel free to attach my name to that as well.
I think if he went there saying names, that might cause them to be like, well, Gizmore, why didn't you tell them this? Why didn't you tell them that? Why didn't they come to us?
Yeah, and it's also my family.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like it would all be on him. So it would be better if we took those concerns ourselves, or waited to take those concerns to them, because you guys are putting a lot for Gizmore to do, and it would be better to talk to all of them as a whole.
Yeah,
Or
well, don't,
just a silver.
don't take this the wrong way, Gizmore. But you signed up for this. As
Oh,
dickish,
100%
dickish-
agree. But like I
as
said, I
dickish as
think
that
it means
sounds.
more coming from, like, if I had a concern when I was a member, I went to Slady, Silver, Endo, whoever. I went to them directly myself. Like, I didn't, like, if I had an issue, you know, I didn't, depending on what the issue was, like, I went straight to Endo. You know, I said, hey, this is XYZ issue I have going on in my life, you know, whatever. I didn't give it to pass it on to someone else to pass it on to him.
Okay, you do what you feel comfortable with, but I'm just saying, if that's the route that you want to take, as far as attaching my name, go for it. I give
It
you
also
full permission.
means more. Like I said, again, it comes down to, I think it'll have more of an impact if you guys directly come to them. Like,
And
do it all as a fucking group, for all I care.
If we have a meeting on Friday and Slady and Vent decide to actually do something, and we do have that meeting on Friday, I'll make sure to state it. But in the meantime, I'm talking about in the meantime, because I have no problem saying it to their face either. I have no problem with it at all. In the meantime, if that's something you want to do, you can 100% do it. That's completely fine with me. But, you know, I'm just kind of preparing for them saying they can't do a meeting before Monday. That's what I'm preparing myself for. You know what I mean? So I'm still gonna get on tomorrow until I'm gonna do what I told you guys I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the whole honor thing. Jack's gonna do the whole spreadsheet with whatever he wants to do with the spreadsheet. Coda and the Wright are gonna do the e-commerce thing for people. So we're gonna get this ball rolling one way or another tomorrow. Hopefully, if everyone sticks to their word. You know? So you're responsibly knowing that you took on the responsibility of being leader and you're the only one doing stuff right now, is to bring it to their attention as soon as possible to see what basically start rolling the ball yourself, you know, on your end, and see where that goes and see what they have to say. If they give you a negative response and tomorrow morning I come on and I'm kicked out of the guild, that's pretty much my answer. Someone got pissed off and I'm out of the fucking guild. Then it saves me a week of headache. You know, then I don't have to sit here and try to save something that doesn't want me to save it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I guess you would be doing me and maybe a couple people, other people in this channel, a favor by at least getting the ball rolling on your end and tossing it into their court and seeing what they do with the ball. You know,
Like I said, I'm going to tell them that here's my list. Do more as a guild to improve ourselves, including pushing a 6K gear score, and then that's going to come down to, you know, that's just like, I can make a million subcategories on that shit. People leaving the guild, possibly. Other people pull, like, you know, you guys are upset that it feels like they're not doing their shit, and trying to have a meeting this week. This is all the shit I'm going to try to present to them tomorrow,
and make sure
or later tonight, so that way they can start getting that. Because what it comes down to is, I'm not interrupting my raid for this. I will if necessary. If everybody would rather, I will cancel my PvP raid to have this meeting if that's what it works out best for everybody. Not a big fan of it because it's the one time I get to do something with the guild that's fun. But I will if it will help everybody else out. But I'm going to push them to do that.
Make sure they know how, I wouldn't say how serious, I don't know what a better word for it is, so I'm just going to use serious. How serious and changing this will be for TW, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? This isn't something that, oh, there's 3 people that want to quit. Like, they shouldn't get that assumption. Their highest gear score people, their core members, this will ruin the chapter in fucking R-Gauge for a while. It's going to be extremely hard to recover if you guys keep going the way that you guys are doing and we quit at the same time. So they need to understand the seriousness behind this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not gonna take this lightly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very concerned. I've been sitting over here stressing about this all night now.
So,
but it is what it is. Like,
Gizmore, it'll be okay.
Like, it is what it is. I'll present them and hope for the best. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so much I can do.
of course, and I don't want you to feel like you're pressured, but at the same time, not to sound like a dick, you took this responsibility.
Yes,
You're
but
the
it
only-
also,
yeah, you're the only leader doing anything. So instead of having 2 people in this meeting that we're having right now, it's only you. So all the responsibility falls on you as much
In
as
the
it
same
sucks.
vein, Gizmore, you're the only leader that's open to talking about anything.
yeah.
Like,
But
I
it comes
tried
down
to
to,
talk
like,
this lady today, and I basically just got told to fuck off, which is why I've been in this Discord all. That's not acceptable to me. It's part of the reason why I was so pissed off today.
Yeah,
Like-
but also, it comes down to like you guys got to be willing to not necessarily compromise, but be open minded about the suggestions that like the guild or like it. What if the guild doesn't want to do dungeon runs every day? Like, but they'll like, okay, yeah, I'm down to go do a fishing because that could lead to PvP, once or twice a week. Like,
Well,
if
that's fine.
that's
A
know
lot
what
of
I'm saying,
people
like everybody's got to compromise.
Everybody in CB didn't do AIs. I mean, it's going to happen. It happens in every
Yeah.
guild. But as
That's-
a whole, as a majority, we need to be going in the same direction. There's obviously going to be 3 or 4 people that say, I don't want to PvP because I love killing foxes all day. It's going to be a couple of those weirdos occasionally here and there. But, as a whole, as a guild, if we want to succeed, we're going to have the majority of the people on board and rolling in the same direction.
Yeah, I was gonna say basically what Turk said. It's okay if people say they don't want to do dungeons for money and shit like that, but then they have to understand they need to make sure they're getting money, equivalent money in other ways, or else they're falling behind. In which case, why are they here?
Yeah, and after this week, once the ball starts rolling, then you guys can sit down. If Slady gets his shit together, event somehow decides to do something and proves me wrong, and he starts pulling his weight, and then you guys can sit down and start putting mandatory things down as far as this is mandatory, like how we had in CB. Then that's when you guys can start putting down your foot. But right now, we're not even at that point. We're fucking disintegrating, and it's horrible. So I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I love you guys. I have work in the morning in like less than 6 hours. So I hope everything works out for the best. I will see you guys tomorrow. And Gizmo, I'm sorry that it might feel like we're trying to we're pressuring you. There's a lot of weight on your shoulders,
It's my job to.
which there is. But like I keep repeating myself, you took the responsibility and you were the only leader at the moment because Silver's tied up that gives a shit. So with that being said, these concerns fall upon you, which have to fall upon Slady and Vent, and it should come from you. Obviously, we'll do our part when it comes to the meeting, but I think just take it the way, take this conversation with you as after, like in the beginning, we were all about, all right, we're going to look for a guild. We're fucking leaving. Now we're at a point where this is the last fucking week. It's the final straw. And, we're at a different stage now. You know what I mean? So this is it. It's now or nothing, basically. You know what I mean? This week or nothing, pretty much. So that's all I got, man. I got to go to bed.
All right, good night, editor.
All right.
It was
You guys
fun.
need
Thanks
anything?
thanks for your speech.
Yeah, when we get you going, you really go.
Oh yeah.
No, because I kept so quiet when you guys were talking, and I'm just like running in
Dude,
circles over
I
here.
made a pizza. I cooked another alcoholic drink.
So
I love you.
not like seriously though, that like you guys are the only reason why I'm even fucking bothering to attempt this, because
Same.
yeah, there's literally nothing at the moment. Don't like obviously tomorrow we're gonna start, but there's literally nothing at the moment that's keeping me in Tempest Wolves at all. Like zero, nada, like nothing, like not a sliver, not an inch of anything that's keeping me here. And it sucks that I'm saying that, but that's what it's come down to.
Yeah.
So you guys are literally just holding this whole ship together with the, I guess you want to call it friendship bonds, friend bond, whatever the fuck you want to call it to not make it sound gay. But you guys are literally the only thing that's holding at least me here. And I mean, that's the only reason why I want to put in this effort that I'm trying to push for this week. So I appreciate everybody that's changed their thought process from the beginning of this meeting to the end of or not the ending, but by the time I left. So I appreciate it. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for giving everybody in this channel another chance to stay together. And hopefully this all works out. And if it doesn't, it just wasn't meant to be, and fate had us spread apart. So before I continue on for another fucking hour, I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll get that spreadsheet done for you guys for the whole honor thing, and I'll help write out tomorrow with the e-commerce and shit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you want with that, but we'll try.
Just anything that you guys are doing that, like obviously you guys are making money by not spending labor, correct? Like how I am. Yes, no, maybe so.
Spending labor.
Sometimes.
Partially.
Occasionally.
They Wright and Turcoda do a mix of labor and non-labor stuff.
Whatever it takes to help people out, pretty much. Obviously, I'm not telling you guys to give your deepest, darkest secrets to make the most money because you guys don't want to give out your trade secrets. That's fine. You guys do you. But
Turk,
at
this
least
is the moment to actually give those out because you probably need more than just yourself to maximize on that profit.
I'm not gonna force them. I can't. No, I don't think anyone can. But it's
Hey,
up to them
man.
if they want to. So
I've got a rag, some gasoline, and an incline
yeah,
pen
there
for
you
you to
go.
make it work.
So it's up to them. But hopefully this all works out, guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night, Turk.
Good night.
So are larders worth making still, or no?
Yes.
How much do you think one larder pack would give us?
26 gold around, more or less.
And what do we need to make a fuck ton of gold doing that? Like, what's our? I know we need cheese, right? Cheese larders and honey's.
Cheese or honey are
Hey.
the only options, really.
Okay.
And you need land in the zone. Well, this is the things with Tsunami. I got Tsunami Gizmore together, and we talked. So if Tsunami comes back, we can talk to him about it again. But it's honestly easy to do it themselves. Like Gizmore, you can even do it yourself because you're making half the material. Actually, you're making like 2/3 of the materials. You could just do the commerce by yourself. You just need the land for it.
Yeah.
And the time, right?
I mean,
Not
I'm
even
sure if you speak to Tsunami, even if he isn't coming back, he's gonna share what he's learned.
Yeah.
So I've got another 16 that I have in my inventory. The one that came up from Diamond Shores. So if we do end up wanting to do larders or whatever, and we need more land somewhere, I could plop that down and we can use that for that. I got no problem with that.
We
I
need
can
on
spend there.
Solace somewhere or somewhere else that I don't know where Tsunami was planning. But if you find one on
Well-
Solace, pop it down. If
Oh, go
not,
ahead.
pop it somewhere else.
Where was it?
I have 2 plots in Solus. It was the plots that we were gonna do them off of.
You have 2 16s?
I have 2 16s, like my house, and
Oh, the
then,
house. Okay.
and then my other 16 by 16 farm, which is what I was using to do the goats, because it's arid down there, and goats and Yada is like arid.
I mean, for now, can you keep the farmhouse, but maybe have Jack take over the 16 house with his 16?
I mean, we can go do it right now. It's in Hollow.
Hollow.
No, it's Hollow.
It's
Hala,
Halo
hala.
Hollow.
Yalla.
I'd like some Hala.
Can someone remind me when Halsey starts, real quick, exactly on CST? Is it 5:30?
I'd have to look it up.